one.
Yeah.
Because it's the one that's actually still hypercritical of the vault system. Instead of being like, there are fathers who saved us and they're so fucking good.
Yeah, you know.
Daddy capitalism allowed me to live in this fucking nightmare world that we created.
I think they need to teach media literacy maybe more a bit more in schools. Not that I think
You're talking
everybody's
shit on
stupid.
me, or
no, not that I think everybody's stupid, but I think media literacy is something a lot of people lack.
okay, but are you talking shit on my opinions that I was just giving, or so is this on the writers?
No, I'm saying like people in general, right? I think people have a hard time like knowing what things are about or talk about
instead of being
ways.
like, let's suck the dicks of like the same fucking 3 books all the time. It's like, let's talk about other forms of media and get into it and see like this is what good writing is. Instead
or like
look at this book where he says the N-word.
about yeah. No, the thing that sucks about the way media and English is taught in schools is people tell you what the themes of a book is.
Yeah.
And you never learn how to know what the themes of a book are.
Yeah.
They never teach you how to know.
You ever see that really long, like, I think it's so fucking old because I think it's a Rage comic.
Yeah.
Where it's like, the teacher's like, Shakespeare said the door is red because it represents his anger and frustration. And then the guy goes through this whole fucking thing where he goes and learns theoretical physics, creates a alternate reality time portal, goes to the Naruto world, learns the reanimation jutsu, comes back, reanimates William Shakespeare, and it says, hey, can you tell my 10th grade English teacher why the door's red? And Shakespeare's just there, is like, because the door's fucking red, and then deal with it, glasses just appear on their eyes.
So that's like the opposite of what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, but that's like them making, because it's instead of,
I think
it's a thing of rebellion when you're being told like, hey man, this is what you had. This is the themes of the book. Identify why it's the themes. Instead of, here's the book, identify the themes yourself.
Yeah.
Look for symbolism instead of me telling you what symbolism is.
Yeah, I think that because I think people just like wind up getting told, well, this symbolizes that, and they never get explained how, and they never get explained how to spot that.
Yeah, or when maybe he might not pay attention to the color of the door, he might think of what the door going through the door represents instead.
Yeah,
if we're going to
like
be
a
that
whole metaphor thing, and that's very common in most types of things.
Is that a real story that one's making fun of?
No, of course not.
I don't know.
There were no doors on stage, Ian. There was no props.
Like, I don't read Shakespeare, and you're fucking a nerd.
You shouldn't read Shakespeare. Shakespeare didn't want you to read Shakespeare, and I think that's just
couldn't write.
Yeah, no, he could write, Ian.
Not well.
But he could very well,
Actually,
Ian.
why? Okay, if he could write, and the people have probably seen his writing, that is as existed in real life.
Yeah.
Why do people sometimes be like, Shakespeare was illiterate?
Oh, because people are dumb.
They just want to give issues to good writers.
Yeah. It's like when people go like, Shakespeare couldn't have written the Shakespeare plays and acted in them. Fucking some rich upper class. Oh, yeah. Shakespeare was primarily an actor. Like, he thought of himself as an actor, and he wrote plays for himself to act so he wouldn't have to buy them. And he wound up writing fucking some of the most iconic and important pieces of literature in the world.
Writing.
Yeah, pieces of writing.
You said wrote. You said wroting.
No, whatever. Anyway,
maybe you should be a speech literacy class.
My point is, if you want to teach Shakespeare in school, you should take your fucking kids in your class to a fucking play of Shakespeare. Shakespeare doesn't want you to read scripts.
You know what's actually probably a really good way of getting... you're recording, right?
Yeah.
You know what's probably a really good way, if you can't see a play in real life because of... Maybe it's COVID's just lasts forever, or, shit's going on. I bet an audiobook would probably be a real good way to hear about Shakespeare's plays.
Yeah, a fully cast audiobook wouldn't be terrible. And you could perhaps find something similar to that on our sponsor, audible.com. That's right. The award-winning audiobook service is back on this podcast. Now, what you want to do is you want to go to audibletrial.com/mediahole to get your free 30-day free trial, including one free audiobook. Yes, Ian?
No, finish that.
Okay. It's one free audiobook. You have over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from, and you can listen to it on any possible device, including your iPhone, your Android, or your Kindle. So thank you, Audible, for sponsoring this podcast. And once again, that's audibletrial.com/mediahole. Okay, now we're here's the Media Hole podcast. Is a weekly podcast that me and my good friend Ian do, which we talk about news and media and film and television and video games and all of the similar things to that.
Yes.
This week my guest is Ian.
Oh, guest? I'm a co-host, you bitch. I tried to get a guest today, but he was too tired.
Sad.
Oh, but also we got enough to talk about, and Nathan wants a time limit on these because that was ridiculous last week.
Yeah, it was.
Anyways, you started the timer after we were doing all that shit before the Audible read. Are you going to cut all that?
I'll see what I feel.
You'll see if you feel
Sometimes I keep it if we do a good riff at the start. Sometimes I get rid of it if
all
it's
right,
bullshit.
so if you heard it, good job, me. If you didn't, shit.
Yeah, then this doesn't make any sense to you. I'll probably keep it now because we referenced it.
Yeah, you fucking better. I think it was good. So
I think it was pretty good.
It also just starts right in there.
Yeah,
like,
and then we transition into
No, you started recording while we were in the middle of talking about it already.
No, you said exactly one thing, and I was like, this might be good.
Okay. And then I brought it into books. Anyways, here, it worked out really well today that we couldn't record earlier like we wanted to because the DC Fandome came, and I assume we're going to start with that.
Hold on. That's next. Actually, you know what? Let's do that
Let's
first.
Start with it
get
because
out
we
of the
just
way.
watched the trailers today.
All right. So the DC Fandome, in case you don't know, the DC Fandome is the world's first digital-only comic convention based on a typo.
Wait, really?
No, but fandom is just the word fandom with an E at the end by accident.
Like a fandome.
Yeah, no, but...
Isn't there two M's?
No. Because there's not two M's in
I'm aware.
dome.
I'm aware.
There's two N's
I feel like I kept
dumb.
seeing it spelt D-O-M-M-E.
I think that's because they're talking about like a dom sub situation.
Oh, fandom sub situation. All right,
so there's like 4 things worth talking about. 5.
Yeah.
All right, first.
Well, one of them I think I can't talk much about.
Yeah. So we just mentioned that it happened in person. Now we're in the podcast.
Yeah, they released 2 of the best trailers while we were eating dinner.
Very fun. But there's a new trailer for Wonder Woman 1984 that was like the first thing that came out today that mattered.
Because it's also the one that's been already announced.
Yeah, it's like a long... We've seen 2 other trailers for this movie
Did
already.
they give us a release date or...
No, it just says only in theaters.
Oh, so it's not going to be released till theaters are like a cool thing again.
Yeah, in the States, because they're sort of a cool thing now.
Yeah, they're not...
Here.
They're all right. Like, I still don't want to go to one right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you have to wear a mask the whole time? Like you're sitting there?
I'm not sure. I know you have to be distanced, but you might not.
I feel like VIP theaters would slap right now.
Oh yeah.
Like if me and you went down and sat at the same fucking thing, they could actually put dividers because there is a decent enough space between.
Yeah, well, both people get armrests separate from each other.
But then also, there's the 2 seats together,
Yeah,
and then there's a space between the next one. They could put a divider big enough so that it covers like you
space
sitting
between
next
the
to it.
next
Yeah,
one,
so
yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking cough to my right and go, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're dead."
Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't know. And also VIP theaters are just nice.
they are.
They're a lot of money, but
Yeah, they're nice. They're worth it. So yeah. Anyway, Wonder Woman 1984 trailer. We got our first glimpse of Kristen Wiig as Cheetah. Looks like Cats 2019, but on purpose. And we got to see a bit more of Chris Pine acting like a fish out of water because, like, he's like a man from the 40s and the 80s.
Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it when a Chris goes into the future.
We all like him. We
Yes,
all like
Pine's
Chris
good.
Pine.
What did he do before Star Trek?
I'm sure something.
Was he in Dread?
No, that's Carl Urban, who was also in Star Trek.
I don't fucking know.
He's Bones in Star Trek.
Bones the whatever.
He's the Doctor.
Yeah.
Damn it, Jim. All right, but yeah, Wonder Woman 1984. Gonna be a good movie, almost certainly.
Yeah, the first one's good and it's the same director.
Yeah,
I have to go watch
I love
the
Gal
first one.
Gadot.
Is the first one still on Netflix?
Almost certainly.
If it's not, you know what I'm gonna do.
Just watch it in any place, elsewhere.
Well, if it's on Crave, that would be easy. But
That would be. I think it might be on Crave because Crave has a lot of DC Comics.
yeah,
stuff.
Crave has Birds of Prey on it, and
Yeah,
Doom
they
Patrol.
just got Birds of Prey, and I'm kind of cheesed because I bought Birds of Prey as soon as it came out on the Cineplex store.
Did you get? Oh, yeah, can't really. Oh, what's this show?
Yeah, if I got it on Blu-ray, I would still be like, hey, I got it on Blu-ray. It's got special features on it. Anyway, going on next, we got Gotham Knights, an open-world action-adventure game in Gotham City. It isn't canon with the Arkham games. Nobody plays as Batman because Batman is canonically dead in this world, similar to how Arkham Knight ended, but not really because it's not canon. But you do play as Batgirl, Red Hood, Nightwing, and what seems to be a Damian Wayne Robin, but also sometimes he's Red Robin. Looks more like Tim Drake. It could either be
Tim Drake or Damian Wayne.
Yeah, I get Damian vibes, or maybe just a Timmy and.
All right, Wonder Woman
Drain.
is not on Crave or on Netflix, so I'll find a way.
You'll figure it out. So yeah, that means you get to play as two of the best, maybe the two best characters in the fucking Batman mythos. And also, Damian's pretty good most of the time.
Yeah, and Red Hood's a piece of shit.
Red Hood sucks. I like him better as a villain than I ever will as an anti-hero.
Well, was that before he was Jason Todd, Red Hood? Because Red Hood was a character before Jason Todd.
No. I'm talking Jason Todd, Red Hood.
Jason Todd becoming a villain, Red Hood.
Jason Todd's a villain in Under the Red Hood. The film and comic book Under the Red Hood.
And then he becomes an anti-hero.
Then he becomes an anti-hero. I like him better as a villain because I just don't see him becoming friends with Batman again, and I don't see Batman being okay with him using guns to murder.
I think it would be like I think it's Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
This is not the Bat family way. Fuck you, Dad.
Yeah, except Batman's right. Except Batman's literally right. Unlike Ghost of Tsushima, where you can make an argument for both sides, Batman's literally correct.
Well,
no, murder is bad to do.
Murder is bad, but if you're murdering murderers, you're still bad. But at least you're doing. There's like it's like
I don't know, Ian. That sounds kind of like a cop to me.
I like vigilantes more. I like cartoon vigilantes because they usually have a code of honor and not just killing.
I mean, Red Hood does murder. He cuts a bunch of people's heads off and throws them in a bag in front of other people.
Are they like villains that he kills?
They're like
or
henchmen.
Okay, Red Hood, go fuck yourself. Well, if you if you threw if you Daredevil season 1, a bunch of henchmen, but then you get to like the boss and it's like, oh, just killed them.
That's a bit more fair.
Yeah, that would be an interesting dynamic though for like that. No,
he kills a bunch of unnamed dudes, but when it comes to trying to fight Black Mask, he doesn't manage to successfully kill him.
No, so like, what if it was he wouldn't kill the goons. He would fight his way to the big boss, but then like the head goon before the big boss was the like actual tough fight, and then you walk into the boss and you just shoot him once and it's over.
Oh, Victor Zsasz situation versus like Black Mask actually is terrible in a fight.
Yeah,
like in the movie Birds of Prey, not in actual comics. I know Black Mask is tougher in the comics, but Birds of Prey, they made him sort of an effeminate type character.
Not effeminate.
Just like a weakling, wimpy guy.
Yeah, effeminate is kind of a...
Yeah, effeminate's the wrong word.
Yeah.
I think I was thinking of the word effete.
He's a misogynist.
Yeah.
He's a meek misogynist. He constantly puts down women, but all the women he puts down in the movie could fucking kill him.
It's great.
Like he threatens Harley Quinn, but she's like, if this wasn't here, I'd kill you.
If you haven't seen the film Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn, you really should. It's a fantastic film. It got overlooked, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was because people were tired of women in movies already.
Yeah. Women are bad. And for business.
Women are bad. For business? Oh, no. All right, yeah, so that game looks really fun. We still don't really understand the combat system.
So what I have here is story mode is single player or 2-player co-op, even though there's 4 characters, which is a weird vibe. Like,
I think it's going to be a character switching sort of game where you don't have where like you can play as any character you want. Pick your favorite. No one's going to pick Red Hood except for edgy dickheads.
Yeah.
The guy who runs Gatekeeper Comics will pick that.
And me and Ian, I was saying to Ian, I was like, I'll pick Nightwing, you pick Batgirl, and we can make out.
Yeah.
And then Ian was like, I like Nightwing with Starfire.
That's the one. That's the way it is. Batgirl is gay. Sometimes.
She's not. No, Batwoman is gay.
Fuck. I don't know, maybe Barbara Gordon's like,
No, Barbara Gordon dated a trans man, if I remember correctly, but she's not gay.
Whatever.
Yeah, so the thing that I don't like about it, enemies have levels above their heads. There's EXP. It doesn't have classic Arkham combat. It has more generic third-person combat.
I would say kind of Spider-Man PS4 vibes.
Yes, but I would say in general, just like it's just any third-person action game. Nothing with any sort of specificity
the same as Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah, I know, but but there's a lot more games like that as not just.
I'm just saying as one example.
Yeah, Captain America: Super Soldier on the Xbox 360.
Didn't play that one. I didn't.
You shouldn't. It's just okay.
Well, yeah, that's what I heard. It was like a movie game, so like people were like, "Wow, it's better than I thought," but it's still
it's
just
better
okay.
than Thor.
I didn't know they made one.
Yeah, there's
it better
a
than
really
Iron Man?
Way Forward did the 3DS version of Thor, which is apparently really good.
Okay, well, that's because it's way forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think the game looks fun. I'm more used to having the numbers and grindy RPG, grindy Western RPGs.
Oh,
and shit.
don't get me wrong. I think the game could still easily be good. The pitch for it is an interesting pitch. I love the Bat family, and I love my boy Nightwing. His ass better. We didn't see him in gameplay.
Yeah.
His ass better be fucking juicy.
No, actually, yeah, we saw Red Robin, not Nightwing.
Yeah.
Nightwing's thing in the comics is that he has the juiciest ass, and he knows it.
And we all know it. Midnighter, when his face is blocked by the spiral thing when he's a spy, Midnighter, who is the gay version of Batman. Huh?
They Metal Gear Solid it.
Yeah.
Where you have to figure out which one's Meryl by how tight her ass is.
But Midnighter is essentially like if Batman was gay with a character who's like Superman, called Hyperion, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. And Midnighter is able to recognize Dick Grayson from his butt.
Is the spiral face at all times, or is it only in cameras?
Yeah, everybody sees it. Everybody sees it as a spiral.
Oh, that's weird. Because we were watching Young Justice earlier.
No, sorry. It's a thing where it's double. It's cameras see it as the spiral because the company he's working for is called Spiral, and people see it but they can't recognize it. It like randomizes your face.
Okay,
For
so
people, like,
all right,
it's like
that's
a different
better.
thing, yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's like that bullshit Superman does.
Oh, vibrate his face.
He vibrates his face, so it's always blurry in pictures.
Yeah. But yeah, so I am slightly disappointed that it doesn't have classic Arkham combat because really it's the one thing that differentiates Arkham from other types of games.
But there might be stuff that they're going for later on in the game where that just doesn't work.
Oh yeah, I mean the problem with Arkham combat is that you cannot make a boss battle for it because of the way the combat works.
And then the boss battles are always like you're fighting like something giant.
Yeah, it's like you're fighting something giant.
You're fighting Scarecrow or Poison Ivy.
Yeah, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy, using random gadgets to beat the fight. Or it's like you fight a bunch of dudes. Or they change how the combat works specifically just for one fight.
Yeah.
The only boss battle in all of those games that I would say is actually really awesome is the Mr. Freeze one because you have to use your stealth takedowns multiple times to get rid of him, but each time you use one, he learns it and creates a thing.
Okay. Yeah,
for
that's
it.
good.
It's such a good boss fight, but the rest of them, it's just hard to do because it's a game that's ultimately about getting into a flow state and like being able to just block and hit and jump.
Yeah,
and more,
but like it's a game that has to do fighting, or like Assassin's Creed gets away with its shitty combat in the older games.
Yeah.
By like every boss encounter it's not a boss, it's a target. You kill that one guy, and then the encounter is you running away.
Yeah.
Or like stealthing out like really quickly sort of shit.
Yeah, like Arkham has fantastic combat, but it's just not suited to do a boss fight in.
Yeah, they had similar combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's the thing that makes Arkham different is that it's like rhythm based.
You don't have to.
No, I'm just trying to say there's the reason why
I never thought they were similar. It's just everyone was always like, they're the same game. You like Assassin's Creed, you gotta like Arkham, and I was like, I just don't.
Okay. But yeah,
maybe I should try them again.
So anyway, I'd love to. Even if you're like, I can't stand the gameplay of this, I would fucking just sit there and play it for you.
I'd rather just watch a Let's Play on like the side of my fucking TV. Like
Arkham Asylum is maybe the video game I've beaten the most times.
Really, Saints Row 2 is mine. Obviously,
I beat Saints Row 2 like once.
I beat it like fucking
maybe
8
twice.
times.
But Batman Arkham Asylum, I beat 5 times on the Xbox 360, including 100%. I beat it twice on PC, including 100%, and then once on PS4 with 100%. So I've 100%ed it 3 times, beat it 8 times.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, the other game that was announced is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which is the new one by Rocksteady, who did the real Batman Arkham games, not just Arkham Origins.
It's fucking Sunset Overdrive.
It's Sunset Overdrive.
Well, this was a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
So we have no gameplay yet because the game's for 2022.
Yeah, it's described as an action-adventure shooter because it seems like every character is using some kind of long-range...
It has some sort of weapon. Harley Quinn didn't really show off one. She does like bat a grenade at one point, but like mostly she was doing gymnastics.
She had a grappling hook at one point.
Yeah, I think she's going to be like the brawler type. King Shark had a minigun. Captain Boomerang has a teleporting boomerang, and it
like
looked
other boomerangs.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, and of course Deadshot's Deadshot.
Deadshot has guns.
Yeah,
well, that's his thing. He has
I'd
guns.
love to see, because here's the thing, Rocksteady, they're pretty clever at coming up with stuff. I want to see how they're going to make the not looking and aiming as Deadshot work.
I think it's going to be... Did you ever play Splinter Cell?
Yes.
Like
You think
conviction.
it's going to be like a mark?
I think it's gonna be a mark and go through, or like Red Dead's. I don't know how it is in 2, but in
Slow-mo.
1,
It's the same.
yeah, where you just kind of like track
Just
over an
paint
enemy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But yeah, so Suicide Squad by Rocksteady.
It could be like actually a paint thing to differentiate itself, where it's like you just move the camera along with like a reticule in the middle, and every enemy you cross over with it. Like you have a certain amount of time to actually move it. Instead of like a time thing or like a limited amount of targets, it's like you have like a meter, and every single time you move the reticule, it
just goes.
it takes away. So like you
Yeah.
can actually mark up to like 20 enemies if they're all really close
That'd be
together.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you like did a spy, like a circle around an enemy, it would like waste a bunch more.
So it seems to me that the story concept is that Brainiac has brainwashed the Justice League, Metropolis is in fucking ruins, and the Suicide Squad are sent out by Amanda Waller to take out the Justice League.
Well, I think they're
At
trying to
least
kill.
Superman.
I think they're trying to kill Superman because everyone disrespects Wonder Woman.
Yeah. No, the game's not called Suicide Squad Kills Superman though. It's called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Yeah,
right? Like,
but like, isn't what was
Batman's already dead.
the thing for what was the fucking movie?
Which one?
The
one
one
movie, The
where
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
no, the animated movie with the Justice League where they all have to
Oh yeah.
where they all fight each other and shit because Vandal Savage like steals like Bruce Wayne's
Doom,
plans.
Justice League Doom. Yeah.
That okay, thanks. Like
War
and
is the one where Darkseid comes.
but like, how do you kill Superman? And it's just like with Wonder Woman.
Yeah, or Kryptonite.
Yeah, and how do you kill Wonder Woman by fucking making her fight so long she her heart gives out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be exactly that because I don't think Suicide Squad have access to that kind of info. But
Well, I'm saying Brainiac would have got like
Or
would have
Amanda
had to
Waller
get
would.
both of them. Yeah.
yeah. I think but it could be cool. I really want to see them. I want more than those 4 to exist. I don't think the game should be more than 4 player through. I'm sure it's going to be like a Destiny style 4 people thing.
I think it's going to be Sunset Overdrive, just like an open world game.
Yeah, but
I would say Saints Row 4.
I feel like I remember reading that Rocksteady was looking for multiplayer people to when they were posting job postings
Yes.
for their secret game.
like Saints Row.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be 4 people.
I don't want it to be Destiny. I know you keep saying that, but I think what I'm saying is co-op open world game.
yeah.
And Destiny's not that. Destiny is a open world instance based game.
Okay, yeah, maybe I hope it's more of a co-op situation or even a Marvel's Avengers thing, which isn't really Destiny. It's like kind of
I think
half.
it has the same thing. I hope it has the same thing as what Gotham Knight's doing.
Yeah, I hope it is. I'm excited to see because I've played through a lot of different Gotham cities in open world games now. I'm excited to see what Metropolis looks like, especially this weird messed up version of it.
Yeah.
Rocksteady, what's really cool about the games Rocksteady did is they're all fucking packed full of like immense detail and references.
I hope Gotham Knight isn't like the city's not as destroyed. Like I don't want like
It looks pretty destroyed.
I think that section looks pretty destroyed. I hope there's like districts where it's like that's where Mr. Freeze is because that was clearly a Mr. Freeze thing, like totally just him. Where like you have to go with your team of like the Bat family, the Bat kids, and go and deal with this shit.
Yeah.
And then they move on to, but then like the rest of the city, it's like it's still Gotham. It still looks like shit, but it's not destroyed.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be destroyed. I think Metropolis and this other thing is going to be destroyed, but
Kind of like I would be fine if it
But
looked like the ending of Spider-Man PS4.
oh yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like where there's gangs everywhere and shit and like they're constantly a threat, but like I want to see people being like walking around living their shit, like lives, not just being like, "Oh, there's no civilians on the street because we're in a military zone."
Yeah, I didn't see any civilians on the street, but who knows?
Or like Prototype.
Or like Prototype. Prototype's good.
In the
But-
Batman, in the Batman Arkham games, when they went open world, could you just summon the Batmobile?
Only in Arkham Knight.
Yeah, and you could just drive around the town with it, right?
Yeah,
I hope that remains in
that's
this.
what's in this. You're in motorcycles.
Yeah, motorcycles are cooler too.
Yeah. The thing, Arkham Origin, the reason why I didn't
Barbara's
like
looking
that
for
game
Donkey.
as much is because that game, it's a much larger map than Arkham City. It was like, we're going for a big map, but there was no vehicles. It was just like you'd have to get across the same way you would get across a smaller map. But there was fast travel also, and like essentially towers to activate fast travel. And I was like, yeah, this is boring and generic. What Arkham Knight did was like build streets that were super wide and then give you the Batmobile, and there's still no fast travel, but it's like
But the Batmobile's fast enough to kick you
fast
around.
as fuck.
Yeah.
That's the main problem people have with Arkham Knight is that there's too much Batmobile because they made the Batmobile this like thing that could transform into a tank when you hold L2, and they were like, let's make that in a bunch of missions because we love doing this in the office, and like fans didn't like it as much.
So they made a bunch of content for it that they thought would be cool, and it just fell flat.
It's just there was a bit too much reliance on it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, let's go back to Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, though. I want there to be more than those 4, but who would you want, just random villains from the DC world that you think would be fun to play in a Suicide Squad game?
Slipknot, except he dies 5 seconds into the game.
Ian. Real characters.
Do they have to only be Batman villains, or just
can be anybody's
Dr.
villain.
Psycho?
right.
Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy, that's a
Yeah.
good choice.
I love her. Pamela Isley is the best.
Yeah. I was thinking like,
Also, cool villain because she, her thing is, I don't know, at least in the Harley Quinn show.
Yeah.
So you could confirm or not.
Yep.
She doesn't just ruthlessly murder anyone, like everyone.
Mm-hmm.
She mostly goes for billionaire CEOs that are ruining the
she's
environment.
like an eco-terrorist.
Yeah.
She's a lot, obviously, like in other
Well,
adaptations of her, she's a lot more like...
I want Kite Man. I want Kite Man to be in the game.
Okay. Yeah.
Give me Chuck Brown.
By the way, Poison Ivy is dead in the Arkham universe.
Ah! Wait, but she's a plant woman. When she's underground, she grows back up.
She dies in Arkham Knight.
She's gonna come back.
Okay.
Condiment Man. Condiment King.
Condiment King.
Yeah.
Just
Chuck
like-
and Condiment King. I want them both.
Let me see. Who else would be good? I think
Killer Frost.
Killer Frost would be cool.
Is Constantine a good guy?
John Constantine is a good guy. Yeah.
But is he a member of the Justice League?
He is a member of Justice League Dark.
So he could be there.
He's not going to be in the Suicide Squad.
Fuck.
He's too smart.
Oh no,
He
I'm
can
not
just,
saying
like,
the Suicide
teleport.
Squad. Just a character that shows up in the game.
Oh, character that shows up? Sure, yeah.
What if this game is like one of those where like you can
I wonder if
to gain resources, you can send your other people out on like timed missions sort of shit,
Yeah, maybe that's a thing that
where
they
you could
can
like
do.
recruit more members of the
Do you
Suicide
know?
Squad.
Do you know what I was thinking? In Arkham Knight, there is a storyline with Man
Enchantress.
Bat. Huh?
Enchantress.
Enchantress? Yeah, that might be cool.
The Japanese lady with the sword. Can't remember her name.
Katana?
Yeah,
This is Katana.
that was so easy.
She's got my back.
What was,
Don't let her kill you. Her sword traps the souls of its victims.
Huntress is Justice League, so that's not going to work.
I mean, you know, I'm saying like thing that could be cool though would be in Arkham Knight there's a sub story with Man Bat, and it's left completely open, like he winds up escaping.
Yeah.
And they don't resolve it because it's like sort of an Easter egg that he escapes. So maybe Man Bat's in this. Maybe he would be playable. That'd be an interesting thing to do.
Bane. Is Bane dead?
I'm trying to remember, because Bane in the Arkham universe is not like, he's not very smart. He's the most big, jacked, stupid Bane.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here, let's have it that he got beat so hard that he's like, Batman's so smart than me. I'm going to go learn. And then they bring James Adonia in.
No, but yeah, the Arkham universe Bane is like kind of overused. TBH.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it's just big dumb boss that you have to fight every time.
I mean, it's an obvious boss to do.
Yeah, it's Bane.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, I know exactly what to do with him.
Yeah. I'm going to just choose one. I'm going to say Killer Frost.
Killer Frost is a good pick. I'd love to see like more weird out there villains getting
Polka
added.
Dot Man.
Huh?
Like
Polka Dot Man is good.
All right, fine. For my weird pick,
Yeah.
Kite Man.
Yeah.
It's not that weird anymore because he's gotten like a resurgence, and also he became like a main character in the Harley Quinn show.
Also, he just basically glides like just like Batman's moveset would be.
Yeah. But he's a shitty fighter.
Yeah.
Kite Man or Killer Frost.
Kite Man or Killer Frost. I would say I'd love to see like Reverse Flash would be cool.
Zoom.
Or Professor Zoom or whatever.
Well, isn't that his name?
There's been 3 Reverse Flashes.
Oh, okay.
There's Eobard Thawne, who is Reverse Flash / Professor Zoom. There's one that's just called Zoom. And then there's a third one. I think he's like the Reverse Impulse or whatever.
And Impulse is Bard Allen, right? Barry Allen's grandchild from the future.
Yes.
Yeah. God, DC, like,
Is so wild.
They really like to do, like, character. Like, fucking Iron Man is just Tony Stark.
Yeah. And then
there's no Iron... Yeah, but, like, there's no Iron Man sidekick. There's no Thor sidekick. There's... Captain America has friends that take up the mantle
Iron Man
when
has
he
a
goes.
sidekick.
Who? Are you saying
War
Ironheart?
Machine.
Oh, yeah.
And then Rhodey was Iron Man for a little bit.
Okay.
When Tony was an alcoholic.
So Iron Man 2.
But, like, imagine done well.
What are you talking about? When he does the skips? Anyways, this is a DC episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really like to do their, like...
Legacy characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Batman has fucking 5.
Oh, you mean sidekicks. Okay.
Yeah.
Because legacy characters, I was talking about,
is.
like, how... Oh, well, the Flash was Jay Garrick, and then it was Barry Allen, and then it was
Barry
Wally
Allen's
West.
the one we've had for the longest.
Well, it's because Barry Allen was the Silver Age one, and then Barry Allen passed it on to Wally West, who was Kid Flash.
Yeah.
And then Wally West passed it on to Bart Allen. But then when the New 52 happened, I think Jeff Johns was like, I like Barry Allen the best. I'm going to get rid of all the fucking character development that's happened since. Fuck you.
And then Wally West dies in...
Young Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the best Flash, honestly.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Was he old enough to be the Flash by himself at the end of Young Justice 2? Because that was... Young Justice has, like, time skips every single year.
So,
every single season.
At the end of Young Justice 2, the idea was, like, maybe he was a few years off from Barry wanting to have his life and have his child. And, like, it was like, in a couple of years, he'd probably take over as the Flash. But then instead what happened is Bart took over as Kid Flash.
Well, because, like, when season 1, like, all the characters are, like, I think fucking...
Robin's the youngest, but had the most...
That's also Dick Grayson Robin.
Yeah.
That he's, like, 15.
No, he's the youngest. I think he's 13.
Yeah, so, but then in Young Justice 2, they're, like, 18. Because Robin...
There's 5-year time skip, yeah.
Yeah, Robin is...
Nightwing.
Yeah, and then...
And Tim Drake is Robin, and there's Barbara Gordon's Batgirl, and explicitly Jason Todd died.
Yeah, Jason Todd has died.
Yeah.
And then at the end, Young Justice Season 3 is 2 years later.
2 years after that, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so...
Now let's talk about the movie, The Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
I love that...
And then we'll do the last one.
I love that we've decided that we're just going to put the word "the" in front of a movie.
It makes it... it does separate it a little easier. Like, remember when fucking Hitman got rebooted and it's like... Oh,
Hitman Agent 47.
Yeah, but then Hitman 2 came out, and that's not Hitman Agent 47 2. That's just a second Hitman 2.
Oh, you're talking about the video game?
Yes.
That's my bad. Hitman,
or God of War.
Yeah.
It's just... now
God
I have
of War
to add
2018,
a year.
yeah.
I have to know the year.
You're right. No, when Hitman came back, it was Hitman. I thought you were talking about when they did the second movie adaptation of Hitman.
But that wasn't a sequel. But like
No, it wasn't. It was a reboot of the Hitman film franchise.
Technically, the Hitman... Like the 2016 Hitman, I think, is when it came out.
The Hitman reboot video game?
It's not a reboot. It's like a sequel. There's
no,
stuff.
it is a reboot.
But there's stuff from the previous games that are in that. Like that. Like shit has happened with Agent 47. Like that girl in Absolution, I think, is still canon.
No, she's not, because you're the girl you talk to over the radio is still the same girl, but she dies at the beginning of Absolution.
Oh, you're right. Maybe she was a clone as well. I think there is some stuff that they were just like, what?
Isn't he just like a guy given powers and they're all different bald guys with different barcodes?
They're like implied to kind of be clones.
I didn't realize they were supposed to be clones.
Yeah, well, that's why he's 47. Why would you just...
Well, because he's the 47th guy you've...
Well, stormtroopers at the end of episodes... Well, at the end of episode 6 were started to be abducted babies like their Master Chief, like, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, the Suicide
off,
Squad, in case you didn't know...
This movie's cast is huge.
Huge. Awesome, weird as hell, deep cuts, clearly based on the classic early Suicide Squad from the 80s. And that was the most political it ever was.
The characters' outfits
incredible
are like comic realistic. It's no longer like, yeah, look at my leather version of my fucking suit where it's like all the colors are muted. Like, what the fuck is John Cena's character's name?
The Peacemaker.
Yeah, Peacemaker is wearing a bright red t-shirt with like blue sleeves and then a gold helmet, and he's just carrying around a gun and like bright blue like cop pants, and it's just like, yep, That's it.
Evil
Polka Dot
Captain
Man
America.
is wearing a fucking suit.
Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
He just looks like the fucking comic book art.
Yeah.
Michael Rooker, his character looks just like the comic book art.
Peter Capaldi.
Literally identical as
Yeah.
the Thinker.
The only characters who look different is like Harley Quinn, and the outfit they gave her is more like I would see that as more of a Harley Quinn outfit.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more like the, if you want an example, it's like the animated show version / the Arkham City version.
That one where she like hung out with Lobo for a bit. She kind of looks like a biker chick. Was there? I swear there was a story where she hung out. Or you know that fucking one?
No, it was Harley and Power Girl.
I'm just thinking of that one scene where like the guy's like being a dickhead to his dog, like pulling it across the street, and Harley like kidnaps the dog and kills the dude.
Yeah,
she's wearing like a sweet biker outfit.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. It's kind of like if you had to picture a different movie outfit, it's kind of like Deadpool's outfit, but with no mask or sleeves.
Yeah, because they have a similar color scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Captain Boomerang's back in the same outfit.
Back.
He looks sick. I love him.
He's great.
He's the best character.
Yeah, Rick Flag is back and he's in his fucking signature yellow t-shirt,
He's
baby.
in a yellow t-shirt and like cargo pants. And I'm like, yep, that's what
the
this
comic
shit
book.
is. Because it's not like they're going to do the thing where it's like, oh, this is their day-to-day. That's not them on a special mission. It's just like, no, this is just what he wears now.
Yeah. Viola Davis is back as Amanda Waller, which perfect casting.
I think she's the only one who hasn't been recast yet.
Yeah.
I guess Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie hasn't been recast. Rick Flag hasn't been recast. Captain Boomerang hasn't been recast.
Either though, like the Captain Boomerang and like other guy, I bet
Which guy?
Rick Flag.
Yeah.
Those guys don't seem like they have a lot of like shit on their plate. I don't really know their acting credits.
Oh no, the guy who plays Rick Flag was RoboCop in the RoboCop remake.
Well, was that good? Was that good enough that he would like get more roles?
No, but he did really well in The Killing. He was like the one of the two leads of that show, and he got a lot of liking for that. He was, like I said, the lead in RoboCop remake, and he's the lead on Altered Carbon season 1.
Look, I feel like if there was a David Ayer Suicide Squad 2, he would not be back.
Rick Flag wouldn't?
I don't think a lot of the cast would come back for that movie.
Well, Rick Flag is like the most important character.
Yeah, Margot Robbie would definitely come back because she loves Harley Quinn and doesn't want to take like
she would be in anything.
She doesn't want anyone to touch that character other than her.
Which I know some people are like, oh, I don't love Margot Robbie. I think Margot Robbie's an incredible actress, and I love her as Harley Quinn. I can't see anybody else as her in live action.
I'm sure someone else could do it. I don't want. It's like why?
Yeah, it's
like there's a reason why we had like 13 years of Tony Stark and Captain America.
Yeah,
those people who played those characters were perfect for those characters.
Fucking Logan.
Hugh Jackman played him till the end. I'm fucking bummed that they're gonna have to recast him.
Yeah,
because Hugh Jackman is like, even if they wanted me back, I'm not going.
Yeah, let's get an actual short man to play him.
Short Kings.
Yeah, because
there's gonna be a man who's like 5'9". There's gonna be a man who's like 5'9" to play Wolverine, and they're going to have him in a Tony Stark's dead.
Yep.
I was gonna say there's gonna be him in a scene with Tony Stark where he's gonna be shorter.
Yeah.
Than Tony Stark, where I think real life fucking Robert Downey Jr. is like 5'8".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Wolverine's supposed to be short, and my favorite quote from
he's supposed to be like a Wolverine, a small vicious dickhead.
Yeah. My favorite quote, and this is from the behind the scenes on X-Men Origins Wolverine, which is a bad movie, I know, but I loved it as a kid. Mostly because I loved the game, but whatever.
I just like the Sabretooth and Wolverine stuff.
Yeah, but Liev Schreiber says about Hugh Jackman in the interview, he's like, Hugh loves playing Wolverine. He loves that character. He loves him so much. If Hugh could make himself a foot shorter to play the character more accurately, he would.
You ever see that fucking thing where he was walking around Comic-Con and some dude was like, in like cosplay, as Wolverine, he's like, nice Wolverine cosplay. You're too short or some shit.
You're too tall.
I think he said too short because it was the movie version of Wolverine he was cosplaying, so it's just him with like sideburns and like the crazier hair. So I think the guy was saying like on the big screen, since he's next to all these giant people and then like beside women, the women all look like really short because that's just what you do in these things. I think he just assumed that he's like, yeah, Wolverine is like 6'7", like giant man, and Hugh Jackman's like 6'2", and it's just like, oh, not tall enough, buddy.
That's funny.
Which is wrong. It's like when people it's fake comic book nerd shit where it's like, I'm a fan of the comics, but I got into them because of the movies.
It's who's your favorite Avenger back when Avengers 1 came out. It's like, who's your favorite Avenger?
Oh, Thor? You mean not an Avenger?
Yeah, no, it's like when the movie came out, like the thing that people were like, oh, who's your favorite Avenger? And somebody's like, oh, Wolverine. And then it's like the nerd is like, Wolverine's not an Avenger.
Yeah,
and then you open up a comic book and Wolverine was an Avenger in like 2006.
It's like if you said Spider-Man and they're like, not an Avenger.
Spider-Man's not an Avenger. He was.
Yeah.
He was at one point. Everybody
I'm
has
sure
been.
Deadpool was in the Avengers for a minute.
No.
No? Really?
I bet you. I think no. He
I
was
think
at the
Deadpool made
great.
his own
He was in.
parody.
He was one of the Great Lakes Avengers at one point, but he was too good for them, so he left. Squirrel Girl left because
too powerful.
They kept relying on her too much, and she's like, "You guys need to be able to pick yourself back up and actually do shit."
Isn't Squirrel Girl?
Squirrel Girl has canonically defeated Thanos.
She's defeated Thanos. Doesn't she do it by like talking him down or something?
No, she did that with Galactus.
Galactus, she did by being like, "Hey, there's a planet over there that I bet would taste better."
Just only nuts.
Yeah,
on this
and then
planet. There's
Galactus
no life.
got a taste for nuts.
Yeah,
yeah.
She defeated Doctor Doom, and when the fight happens, it's like, you're real, right? This isn't a Doom bot or a life model decoy or a clone. And Doom's like, yes, it is I, the real Doom, having been defeated by Squirrel Girl. Like, it's so good. Because you can't say no. You can't fucking go back.
Tastes like piss.
But yeah, The Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad it's got an impeccable cast of mostly deep cuts.
And I think they're literally James Gunn is like, they said it like 1,000 times. He is like the only man who can make that shit work.
Yeah, because like the thing they said was like, James Gunn's the only fucking guy.
Guardians of the Galaxy was a weird fucking thing that like literally was like, how the fuck do you do this? And James Gunn like, I got it.
Yeah, and so like
he made the bunch of those characters to work.
But he clearly loves like the old comics. Like this is clearly based off of like the Ostrander stuff, like the really old shit,
like the original shit,
original Suicide Squad shit, where the bomb wasn't in their necks, it was in their arms, and I forget who it was. Captain Boomerang talks somebody into dying, just like in Air's Suicide Squad, but instead it's like it blows their entire arm off, and then they come back with one arm trying to fucking kill Captain Boomerang later, which is great. So much more fun than just they die.
Yeah.
You know? But it looks balls to the wall. From what I can tell from the behind-the-scenes teaser, it looks like Task Force X is sent to a South American country to assassinate a leader that the U.S. wants taken out but doesn't want to be accountable for if it goes south.
Bane.
No, it's not. It's not Bane.
Bane's
Like there's some
also
other
Mexico.
stuff that they've shown off where it's like, oh, it's not Bane.
Yeah.
Also, there's that bit with where Harley Quinn's in a flamenco dress.
Yeah. I bet should they use her to infiltrate? Is her face permanently white or is that makeup?
Depends on which version of Harley Quinn.
Well, we're talking the Suicide Squad version.
Well, yes, because she jumped in the acid in Suicide Squad, right?
All right, so her skin is just permanently
her
white.
skin's just permanently white.
Okay.
In ones where she doesn't jump into the acid, it's just makeup.
You know what would be funny?
Yeah.
If for the flamenco scene they had to send her in undercover and it's like everyone knows who Harley Quinn is.
Yeah.
And you have face tattoos.
Yeah.
We need to cover you up.
Well,
so what they do is they just send Margot Robbie in.
That's funny. But you can see on her back, she's got a tattoo, like, because it shows, like, the upper back.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, they fucking pretty much just spray paint her.
Just pink spray paint.
Yeah. Well, like, they get flesh tone.
Yeah.
Like, they make her normal again.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
And then finally, there was a teaser trailer for The Batman, which is announced to have only been 25% finished filming.
Yeah.
Teaser trailer looks cool.
Teaser trailer looks cool. It does show more than a teaser trailer usually does.
Which is cool.
They didn't really, like, I didn't really pick up Riddler vibes the whole time.
Yeah.
Until the end.
It's very much a dark, gritty, like, serial killer investigation Batman.
Yeah. But, like, also where he's like, it's dark and gritty. I think this is this is like a year one Batman where he's kind of an asshole still.
Yeah,
but he's like
it's very year one / Long Halloween inspired.
I think it's like Batman. He's probably been doing it for about a year. He's probably cool with the police because they have him in the precinct and at crime scenes, and they're not trying to fight him away or anything. So I think he's boys with them, but there's definitely like an aggression to him. That's like
he's
Batman
definitely
year one.
mean.
Yeah.
But what I think is interesting, and again, like, I don't love the Batman that beats people to death thing.
Oh yeah, there's a shot in the trailer where one of like Joker's goons, like we're assuming it's Joker's goons. They were very clown looking.
They had smiles on their faces.
Yeah.
It's a Joker thing.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a small part of this movie. Like, I think he's gonna beat the shit out of one of those guys, and then there's going to be an end credit scene
teasing this war version of Joker,
where the Joker sees like
universe.
the mess he made, and like after that scene, and then says, "I guess I have to go fight the Bat now," or some shit.
Yeah.
And then I hope it's a new Joker. I don't want
Michael
it to be
B. Jordan Joker. The worst casting I could imagine because he's too likable.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk.
Oh my god.
Real life Alan Tudyk.
I would come, dude.
I think Alan Tudyk's face is a bit too square for it. It's like the Joker has a very angular face with like the big chin, but Alan Tudyk has like a
square jaw. Like yeah, he's a bit too handsome for it.
I think Joker's handsome like in a wormy kind, like a rat kind of way.
You need somebody who can almost look like a 1950s man.
If they didn't do all that shit, like
Willem Dafoe Joker.
No, it's too old. Wait.
Yeah.
Dennis from It's Always Sunny Joker.
Nah.
You know that fucking one scene where they're like him and Mac are
I don't
living
watch
in a
the
house?
show.
Fuck, there's this one line he does where they're like living in a house and there's like a constant beep and it's driving them crazy, but Dennis has been acting like he hasn't heard it the whole time.
Wait, is Dennis the
psychopath?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dee's
I thought
brother.
you know who I was thinking of? The main guy.
Dennis is like the main guy.
No. The main guy, the one that's like actually fuckable.
Mac?
He's in the show, the Mythic Quest show. Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not him. But Dennis has like he has the face for it, and he has this read. You said Willem Dafoe. He has this line read in like one episode where he just sounds like fucking Green Goblin, like Willem Dafoe.
He's great. He's in season 1 of Fargo for like 2 episodes, and he's great because he's like this yoga instructor guy who's trying to blackmail a dude, but he's just a fucking idiot. And then an actual evil person shows up, and like he thinks he's just getting a little bit of help, but eventually it becomes like totally being fucked over. It's great.
But for a Joker though, I want cartoon. We've had a realistic Joker.
The problem is that cartoon, unless they're really going for out there to just actually fuck with you, like it doesn't fit with this style.
I think it would. I think like not as social. Like I still think it's gonna be like kind of fucked up shit he does.
Yeah.
When I say cartoon, I'm like thinking Harley Quinn cartoon. Like he's still a psychopath and he's still murdering people, but like I don't want him to be. I don't want him to look real. I don't want him to look like fucking. Absolutely don't want him to look like Jared Leto.
Yeah.
And I don't want him to look like Heath Ledger.
And I don't want him to look like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Like
Jack Nicholson. We're looking for a Jack Nicholson
part
two.
looking for a character who can just fucking play that role really well, but also be like,
have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yeah, some shit like that. I can't believe that line's from that fucking movie.
It's great.
But it's like, it's one of those lines, it's like the fucking line from Spy Kids where it's like, really, it's from this?
Tim Burton's Batman's good.
Yeah.
It's like, as much as I'll shit on every cinematic Batman, because none of them are what I want from a Batman movie, Tim Burton at least takes place in a weird fucking universe.
But what if there's hints of what you wanted? I want a Batman to stay as one Batman long enough that we can get Bat Family at some point.
Yeah.
Like a Nightwing. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nightwing's the closest thing we're getting to a live action Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. But yeah, the Batman, other than the fact that it's brutal, I like this take because it's not necessarily focusing on realism. Because I feel like Christopher Nolan focuses on realism, but his stuff is so operatic and like over the top that I feel like the style doesn't actually work for me as somebody who doesn't really like Christopher Nolan's work. Whereas this is like down to earth in a noir way.
Are you going to go into
where it's a bit more
whenever you go in? Are you going to go see Tenet?
I probably will.
Are you going to go in with the mentality of like, I fucking hate Christopher Nolan? Are you just going to go in totally blank?
I go in giving everything a fair shake, Ian. I don't give anything a not fair shake. I don't walk into movies not with a not fair shake, Ian. I never do. I always give it a fair shake.
Yeah, I'll believe you.
Yeah. Same with games. I want to go in and enjoy the thing.
Oh, straight up, I don't. Not with games. I very much.
I want to go in and enjoy the thing. My goal is to enjoy it.
Oh, I'm like going in to enjoy it, but if there's one thing that's like stopping me from enjoying it, like pretty quickly, I'll be like, how big is this thing?
Yeah.
Big? Fuck it.
But yeah, so that's what I have for Fandome. Now let's jump backwards a little bit to earlier this week. Now, Ian, without saying anything too mean, have you heard the mother's basement thing he talked about? That is becoming a big deal.
Was it the JoJo thing?
It's the JoJo thing.
Yeah, don't. Fuck.
So mother's basement, decided that as a big JoJo guy, he wanted to give a way for people to get into the series, but they don't want to. Maybe they're having trouble struggling with the early parts because it's not like the later parts that are more fun. So there's
only 10 episodes that aren't fun.
I wouldn't even say there's a lot more than 10.
I would say there's only
fun.
3 episodes that aren't fun, and it's the first 3, and then everything else is good.
Yeah, but anyway.
I think I have a rougher time watching fucking part 3 than I do part 1.
Yeah, part 3 is my least favorite.
Yeah. But like, oh, Jotaro's so cool. No, he's the first.
Yeah.
He's the first stand user, and he's overpowered.
Like, I enjoy Jotaro.
Except then Gur comes
Jotaro, but whatever.
I like him. I like his archetype. I like what he does. Oh, fuck.
I like things about part 3. I just feel like part 3 is a bit too
drag.
monster of the week.
Yeah, well,
So here's his suggested order. No, I don't think it's wrong to say, hey, if you're not enjoying part 1, but you want to enjoy the rest of it, maybe skip to a later part and then come back.
Yeah. I would say
However,
watch part 2 over part 1.
Here is what his order is, and it's phrased like the machete order of Star Wars, where you watch like 4, 5, 2, 3, 6,
and then you just never watch 1.
You never watch 1
because it's pointless.
It's pointless. It's useless. Anyway, he says part 4 because it explains stands in episode 1, and it's more fun and it's self-contained, but it teases who Joseph and Jotaro are. And then watch part 2 to explain who Joseph is. You get a reference to Jonathan. And you learn about Hamon. Huh?
Hamel?
Hamon?
Hamon. Oh, I thought you
Like
said
the ripple?
Yeah.
And then here's where I can at least see where he's going.
I could see going to doing 4 and 2 because those are absolutely my favorite.
What do you
parts.
think he says after 2?
3. 5.
5.
What the fuck?
We meet the son of Jonathan and Dio, and brings up more mystery for what part 1's about, and it introduces who Polnareff is.
So his whole thing is generating intrigue based with a better part instead of just watching it as you go through.
Yeah, and then it says
it's like my thing about why you should play Yakuza 1 before playing 0.
Yeah, and then he says you should watch the first half of Stardust Crusaders, and then in between Stardust Crusaders and Trip, the second half, the Egypt part.
When they get to
watch
Egypt.
all of part 1 to get a bit of a break from the monster of the week, then do the rest of part 3, and then read part 6, 7, and 8. Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with conceptually coming up with ways. I do think that the part 5 before part 3 thing sucks. And is bad.
I think you should just watch JoJo part 1, and if you're not into it, you just skip to part 2, and then honestly, if you're not into it during part 2,
you probably don't like it.
Stands is not... The inclusion of stands...
doesn't make the show better.
Yeah.
It's
in
the
fact,
tone.
it makes the show wilder. And for part 3... Where was part 3 on that? Part 3 was the last part, right?
Part 3... No, so it's 4, 2, 5, 3, 1, 3... You know?
And then
4, 2,
read.
5, and then reading.
Okay. Just... Part 3 is a drag.
Yeah.
There is literally things in part 3, like they get on an airplane
and it crashes
because of like Superfly. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's the stand.
Yeah.
And if that didn't happen,
no, it's not Superfly. They're the tarot names.
Oh yeah. Superfly was the thing. Part 4, fucking tower, like that metal tower.
Right.
Yeah.
The radio tower.
The radio. No, it's not a radio tower. It's the thing where electricity goes through it.
Electric tower?
Yeah, that shit. That was very easy to come up with. Yeah. No, so like you get stopped they get stopped on the plane crashes, and then they try and take boats don't work, they try and driving doesn't work. They like just keep helicopters, doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's just it's a drag of an adventure, and there's a bunch of stands where it's like, this is worthless.
Yeah, it is a bit too monster of the week.
Yeah, like I skipped a lot.
I watched all of it.
I watched I tried to watch part 1, wasn't into it. Heard to go to part 2, and I was like, all right. I watched part 2, loved it. Started 3, liked it. They get Polnareff, and I'm like, great. And then the rest, I'm like, I don't care anymore. I really wish this would end.
So I watched all of it. But here's the thing. Ian tried to get me into what's the word? JoJo a lot of times, and I kept falling off of it. I never really liked it. you know,
I was bad at explaining it.
Yeah. So he showed me the first couple episodes of part 3, didn't enjoy it.
Because also I did, like, that's why you shouldn't drop someone in the middle.
And he showed me the first couple episodes of part 4, and I still didn't like it or get it. But eventually, because JoJo was a thing, I was like, Ian loves this so much, and like, I can't stand it. Why? Like, why does he like it? So then I went to a local bookstore at one point, and they had the first couple volumes of the manga, and I picked it up, and I was like, oh fuck, part 1 is sick. Like, I'm reading Phantom Blood, and I'm like, yo, this is actually sick. And so
reading it is better than watching it.
And so it was reading Phantom Blood and Battle Tendency that made me go, okay, I'm gonna fucking watch this show from the start. Yeah. And then so I watched all of it from part 1 onwards. So you know, if you're like me and like skipping parts doesn't work for you, then skipping parts is going to turn you off the show. So definitely start with part 1, and if part 1 is giving you trouble, then I would say, yeah, check out maybe the beginning of part 4 because it's probably the best part.
I would just say go to part. I would say if part 2, if the introduction of Joseph beating up those cops,
yeah,
because ACAB doesn't get you. I don't think
it's just part 2 has a lot of exposition front loaded, whereas part 4,
and also part 4 opens up, and you're just like, oh fuck,
yeah. Whereas part 4 opens with character development and then exposition, so it might grab you easier.
Yeah, I get the thing of like trying to get the moments to grab you, so then you have the intrigue to go back and watch. But then also, that's just a very confusing way of watching the show. Like the machete thing for Star Wars, that's a thing you do when you've already seen all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like or if like before, like I saw Star Wars growing up, Chris saw Star Wars growing up, but then Emma hadn't seen it, and Chris tried to pitch to her the machete way of watching it.
Yeah.
And she was just like, no, let's just watch them in the order.
4, 5, 2, 3, 6.
No, yeah, well that's Chris pitched it to her, and she just said no, let's just watch 1 to 6.
Oh, that's the order you did them in?
I wasn't there for all of them. I think we watched 4, 5, and 6.
I would say release
2,
order is my vibe for Star Wars.
Yeah, so 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
You can skip the last 3 actually. I think they're unnecessary.
I mean, if
I know you like The Last Jedi, but I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, I just think 6 is a better ending than.
Oh, certainly, yeah. If that's what we're looking for,
that franchise, they mishandled it so poorly at the end.
I wouldn't erase, but you know what? I wouldn't erase any Star Wars movie from history, even the shittiest ones. Even the made-for-TV Ewok movies.
Yeah, you fucking cowards.
Even the Clone Wars, the movie The Clone Wars, which is the worst.
Like episode 2?
No. The movie, The Clone Wars, that was actually basically the first 4 episodes of the TV show, The Clone Wars.
Okay, so it was a TV movie.
No, it was in theaters. There's a CG animated movie, though.
Okay. Anyways.
It's bad. I remember when I was like, oh, I'm going to watch Clone Wars, and then I watched the movie version of Clone Wars, because you have to start with it. It's literally like the first 4 episodes that were cut into a movie and released into theaters.
Yeah.
It is by far the worst Star Wars movie.
Worse than 1?
Oh yeah, easily worse than 1.
Worse than 2?
Easily worse than 2.
I always remember 2 being better than it is. Like, because I think of the cooler parts of it, but then I'm like, let's go watch that movie, and it's like floating fake bear.
Oh, I was gonna say, you forget the part where 18 people in a row get sent to do an assassination.
Yeah, I love that fucking
That's
thing.
A great
Jango
bit.
Fett's the laziest motherfucker in the world.
But also the part where it's like there's the entirely CGI bit where C-3PO keeps getting taken apart.
Yeah, there's tons of the overuse of CGI is the worst part of that movie, but I like the Coliseum part.
Coliseum part's
and the
good.
finale.
Jango Fett's good. The clone shit is interesting.
Yeah, the actual clone shit. The part
Hayden Christensen's a handsome boy, and I will not accept anybody else.
Geonosis onward in that movie, I think it's a good movie.
Yeah,
everything before that leading up to it, well, Camino's fine, but a lot of the other stuff.
Here's a
is
quick
just like,
question, Ian.
What?
If everything else was the same in the movie, but Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen kissed, would it be in the top 3 Star Wars movies?
No.
I'm thinking it could have been.
I don't think so. I think...
But they're both cuties, Ian.
No, Ewan McGregor deserves so much better.
All right, but he's dating Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Ian, and what more could he get? I think she's one of the most beautiful people on the planet.
I think... all right, Scott Pilgrim, relax.
Whatever. Oh my God, you really gonna go there?
No, I'm joking.
Relax.
I'm joking. I think Hayden Christensen is a prettier boy in the 3rd movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He looks
Yeah.
better with long hair, but, you know, who doesn't?
His fucking mane.
Yeah.
All right, so anyways, just watch JoJo as it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, if you're falling off part 1, yeah, check out part 2 or 6.
Also,
or
real fun thing.
Four.
I keep seeing memes about this, but they had to start somewhere. Don't join like a fucking discussion group. Don't go to a subreddit. Don't go to a shit posting group on Facebook if you haven't finished the fucking series.
Oh, yeah.
I
They'll
saw a
spoil
guy
shit for you.
go, like, I think it was either the first time I saw it was in the Full Metal Alchemist shit posting group I'm in, or the Avatar one, where someone was like, yeah, great, just saw like 3 spoilers as soon as I joined. It's like, if they're spoilers, why the fuck did you join?
Yeah.
Like, if it's like extended media, like if I spoiled like The Promise for someone,
Yeah, that would suck.
that's a little different. Like, the Avatar The Last Airbender shit posting group is only for Avatar The Last Airbender. You're
And
not
Korra.
no,
Really?
Korra's a separate group.
Damn.
Because they had made it that way because everyone argues about Korra.
Oh, yeah, because...
So you can only talk about The Last Airbender and the books.
Okay.
Like, so... But I could get, like, someone spoiling The Promise or The Search or the other fucking ones.
North and South.
Yeah. North and South is weird.
Is it?
It's, like, weird racism stuff.
Oh.
It's like the northern... You know how, like, the North tribe...
Yeah.
was, like, a lot more civilized because they weren't destroyed by the Fire Nation?
Yeah.
So they go to the south, and they also apply and say this in Korra, is that the north are more traditionalist and like more connected with the spirits, where the south were always the more
progressive,
more connected to the earth sort of people. So like when they start the festival and shit in 2, and then what is it, Tonrock? Or is that her dad? Tarlok. What?
Unalaq is the villain of season 2 of Korra.
Yeah, Unalaq's just like, this used to be a respectful festival. Anyways, I'm going to go annex you, and that's what they try and do in North and South. But Katara and Sokka's dad is the chief.
Koda, right?
Yeah, fighting against Pussy, because his girlfriend is from the North, and they think she's trying to, like, go in there and, like, fuck him up. But it turns out it was her partner.
You know what's weird?
What?
We never know who Sokka ends up with.
I think Sokka just fucks around the world.
Yeah, but
I think Sokka is so... He has,
I don't think he's got that much of a big dick that he didn't settle down with somebody.
Nah, like Suki. I think him and probably...
Yeah,
him
but
and Suki.
we never see their kid. Did they just not have a kid?
I don't think they had a kid.
But their kid would have been so cool.
That would have been the coolest kid in the world. A boomerang, but also a fan. Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
And it's a guy that dresses up like a Kyoshi warrior.
Yeah.
Because fuck gender roles. Am I right, fellas?
Trans son.
Yeah.
Trans daughter, actually, I guess.
One or the other. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Either
you know
one's good.
what I'm getting at.
Either one's cool. Could have been either.
Gender fluid.
Yeah.
That could also be cool. I think even if he didn't stay with Suki, because they do kind of like get in a bit more of arguments in the books, and then like him and Toph get kind of closer. I think it's possible that Sokka is one of those kids' parent.
Oh yeah, I think Sokka's probably one of Toph's kids.
Probably
parents.
Suyin. The younger one?
You really? Yeah, I guess she's more chill.
Yeah. She's more chill, more free. Sokka had like had a
And
love of
doesn't
art.
she have like slightly darker skin?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So, but I think they like to leave it open like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't join shitposting groups.
Yeah.
If you're not looking for spoilers. I get JoJo spoilers for part 8. I'm not reading part 8 right now. But also, they're so wild and out there.
Yeah, JoJo is one of those things that you can't spoil because anything you say just makes it more interesting.
I could tell you all about the Rococo branch right now in part 8, and you would be like, I don't know.
Yeah, but we
What
don't
the
have
fuck is
time
that?
for that, Ian.
No, we won't.
Because we got one more piece of news before the weeks.
Only one more?
Yeah, only one more.
Man,
And an
shit.
hour left in the timer. Adds up pretty good. So, Ghost of Tsushima Legends is a co-op free DLC that's coming out later this year. And that's cool. Love it.
What a weird one.
Yeah, it's like supernatural themed. You pick
Yeah.
a character class that each one has slightly different moves.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna add in new weapons, or do you think it's gonna be all samurai?
So it's all just the character class. There's no
damn.
like adjustable things, but it says there's 2-player story.
The Rock is gonna be
content.
Black Adam.
Yeah, he's always been.
Yeah, no, but like they've revealed the teaser for him.
Yeah, I mean I skipped most of the DC Fandome things that weren't like there's something to look at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, if there was no trailer or interesting video clip, I don't care that Shazam 2 has a name. I think Shazam 2 is probably going to be pretty cool. I don't really care that Flash, that Flashpoint movie is coming eventually. We're on our 4th director, but this one will stick.
Oh, I got video game news, actually.
We do?
No, I got one after this. It's about Capcom.
Go Tsushima Legends. It's going to be free. We're probably going to play it together and have a blast.
Yeah, hopefully we all play it. Like me, you, Chris.
Yeah, because
maybe Stevie.
There's optional shit. There's 4-player like survival mode and 2-player story content.
I don't know. I hope it's good. Yeah. I hope it's fun to play.
I'm sure it will be, and it's free, so you can't even be mad if it's bad.
This is also Sucker Punch's like first fucking try with like online stuff.
Yeah, this is their first, other than like the UGC stuff for both
UGC
user-generated content for Infamous 2. And
that's just pictures. That's different. This is like they actually have to do net coding.
Was there only pictures in Infamous Second Son?
Yeah.
Oh, in Infamous 2, it was you could build like little stunt challenges or combat challenges for other people to complete online.
Wow, I wish that was in fucking Infamous Second Son.
I forgot that wasn't in Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
I made one in Infamous 2, and one person played it and gave it a like, and I felt good.
There's actually another thing.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you want to talk about the Netflix thing?
Which one?
How Netflix accidentally made... Okay, you know the cuties?
Oh, that thing?
Yeah, how Netflix's description of it made it seem like it was a work for pedophiles, but it was actually like the complete opposite in that picture they used.
That sucks.
I saw the take that I can't remember the director's name. Say like black woman, and it was about her experience growing up in like France.
As in like a pageant situation as a kid.
Yeah, how sexualized children are.
Yeah.
It's not about what Netflix claims it, which is a girl discovering a dance team and then freely exploring her in sexuality. And it's like 11-year-old TV mature movie, and it's like, or what is this show?
It's a movie.
Okay, I fucking said that yesterday, and Blake's like, "No, it's a show." Like,
no, it's a film. It was Netflix picked it up at a festival.
It was Sundance they picked it up at.
Yeah, the poster was even different in the original
festival.
Yeah,
I saw the original poster. It looks much better and a lot more like, it's about kids hanging out in the streets and stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a poster for
the trailer they cut, the poster they made. It looks like it's for individuals who want to fuck children.
Yeah,
and it's fucked up.
If you want to know a different comparison, there is a movie, I believe it's called Balls Out, which was also an indie comedy that was picked up at a film festival that was originally brought there as a movie called Intramural.
Okay.
About a bunch of guys who join an intramural sports team, basketball team, I believe. And it's not a sex comedy, it's just a goofy indie comedy with a bunch of boys being boys. But they turned it into Balls Out. The poster has a hot girl holding a basketball on the front. It's so dumb because the movie's not apparently pretty good. But that's the one that I've always found the most blatant.
So, yeah, fuck you, Netflix. Try better.
Yeah, Netflix, come on.
Maybe use the original fucking pitch for the movie instead of thinking oh, I got it. Sexy tweens.
Sexy tweens.
Sexy barely legal tweens.
Is that the title of the episode? God, I hope not.
God, I hope not. All right, I got more. I forgot about.
What?
I don't have much for my week, so this is what I'm doing here.
Okay.
BK is doing a fucking shitty marketing campaign. I think they already failed at it, yeah.
What are they doing?
They are going into Twitch streamers.
Oh,
things.
I've heard about this. Fuck that.
They're dropping them $5, and the donation message is with this $5, you could go get a BK Whopper at your local BK off the value menu.
They're clipping any of the nice sounding ones.
But also, I don't think they got any because those were all fake.
Yeah.
The reason why I found it is because Rubber Ross.
Yeah, I found out about that.
Yeah, him and his editors went through and looked at all of them, and the video games they were behind were all fake shit. None of them were real games.
Oh, the games were fake, but I thought they clipped
the people are also actors.
Oh, shit.
Because when Ross got it, he said he worked... Rubber Ross, formerly of Game Grumps, now just really cool dude.
Still of Game Grumps.
I guess he just doesn't appear in their stuff anymore.
Because he's working on his show.
Yeah. So I guess in Australia, they're called Hungry Jacks.
They are.
He said he got the money... And he said they didn't want to use my clips because I said, "Oh, I worked for you guys in Australia at Hungry Jack's, putting frozen pink waffles in a broiler for hours on end. Hated it."
Yeah.
And then there was I there was people who were just like, oh, sick, maybe I'll go to Burger King now, like in the fake ones.
Yeah.
The one at the end where someone said, sponsor me then. That was not a real guy who said it, but someone did say that.
Yeah.
So this is like a fake viral marketing campaign.
That's stupid
Yeah.
and bad.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself. You're like a multi-million-dollar corporation. You might even make billions because you're fast food. I don't know how much you make anymore.
And they exist in multiple nations.
You can afford to go to a fucking popular Twitch streamer and say, we'll give you $10,000.
Yeah.
You probably wasted more money giving random fucking low-level
Well, if you
streamers.
give somebody $5, they're going to be like, oh, thanks, BK, for giving me $5. That's like the best possible response.
Yeah.
Right? Is, oh, thanks, Burger King. You give me $5. That's awesome. Right? Like,
Yeah.
sure.
Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the $5 tip.
Hey, if Burger King gave us $5, we'd be like, hey, man, thanks, Burger King.
Yeah.
For $5.
I think they were like called King of Streams or some shit.
Burger King.
Just King of Streams. Like they were trying to hide it so people didn't go like, oh, this is a Burger King marketing campaign.
Oh. But
I don't know. Drop fucking more. Drop the price. Like fucking use that money and go to a streamer and tally up the entire cost of your menu and give that to them.
yeah, or
That's
like
more. But
or just do a sponsorship where you send them a sign to put in the back of their footage and have them mention it frequently and give them like a fat couple thowie and people would do it.
Fucking Tim the Tatman has like behind his setup, he just has a fridge with the Monster Energy logo on it, and he frequently will like reach back and grab drinks.
He's like, thanks, Monster.
That's about it.
Right?
No,
Like,
he just has a Monster Energy banner and he has that, and he
if
probably
Burger
makes
King
about
gave me
$5,000.
$100, I would give them a great ad. If they gave me $5, I'd just be like, thanks for the $5. If they gave me $100, I'd be like, yo guys, head over to fucking Burger King, get their actually good food. That's good. Trust me.
If they gave me $5 and like said it like on a stream that I was doing, but like go to fucking Burger King for this thing, I'd be like, I'm gonna take that money to Wendy's.
Yeah.
Because I like Wendy's more.
Oh yeah, I mean Burger King's worse than McDonald's, and that's saying something.
Wendy's viral marketing is like a lot better.
Yeah. Is that all we have?
Now I got Capcom.
Oh, you got a Capcom. What's Capcom?
So, on August 15th, during the North America West qualifier, Alex Myers defeated Victor Punk Woodley. At the conclusion of the match, Punk engaged in unsportsmanlike conduct against tournament organizer Alex Vale. Is it Vale or Valet?
I wouldn't know.
On Discord, and player Alex Mercer's on Twitter. This was a clear violation of the CPT code of conduct under normal circumstances. So he got a fucking suspension because he got mad that their fucking netcode is shit. That's literally what this was about. That he's claiming he lost the match because of lag.
Sounds like John's to me.
It sounds like John's, but here's the thing. Everyone knows that Street Fighter's netcode is fucking awful.
Didn't it get better?
No. They got slightly better than what it used to be, but it was still like perfect with that fucking like mod someone made.
Yeah.
And now Capcom has blocked that mod. Like it's their right, but why don't you fix your fucking game? Everyone else seems to be able to.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, and it's like unnecessary drama.
Well, it said it was rude towards
guy.
multiple people, right?
To the organizer and the guy he was playing against. So I'm going to assume the guy he was playing against, he might be trying to call him a Wi-Fi warrior. I'm going to say that when it's against the guy he's playing against, it's a scrub quote.
Yeah.
When it's against the tournament organizer, I think it's
because they said towards the tournament organizer specific person's name.
Yeah, because it's a well-known guy.
Yeah, so that's what I mean, right? If he's like, hey, fuck you, this person who's in no control of Capcom's netcode.
So I think this is H-Bomber guy. HB John?
Guy. Huh?
HB John?
No, H-Bomber guy is H-Bomber guy.
Oh, cool.
Paris.
Well, some guy, HB John, whatever the fuck. Pat and like Paige follow him. He just says, wouldn't be drama if you motherfuckers just fix your goddamn motherfucking netcode, but that's apparently too much to ask of one of the biggest Japanese game developers for a game that sold 4 million copies. Oh, and thanks for blocking the community-made fix. That was great.
I mean, sure, but also...
Just fix your game. Make your game playable. Street Fighter is a $60 game that you literally have to play online to get like value out of it. Like, there's not a lot of single player content. There's like an arcade mode that's like, oh, you play through the games. You play through the roster of that game. Like, you can choose like, oh, I'll only fight people who are in Street Fighter 2 and shit like that. But just, that's not enough. Then the game is made to compete against people online. But if you can't get good matches, if you have to play on the training mode level because it has the, like, it sends data better than the other ones, that's fucked up and stupid. Mm-hmm. Fix your game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't do couch co-op right now. Not
You're
couch
right.
co-op, couch versus.
Couch versus, yeah.
Yeah, and there's people out there who need to make a living off of these things. Like, there's a bunch of, like, I think Leffen, like Smash Bros. Melee Evo, like,
Terrible
champion
piece
last
of
year.
shit, yeah.
No, hey, how dare you?
Isn't he the bad one?
No, he's a good guy. He very quickly came out and, like, said, hey, fuck all these people. He lives in Sweden. He couldn't have been in that house. No, but he, like, just doesn't care. He's, like, learning other games right now. He's been playing Tekken because Tekken has decent netcode. So he's just like, yeah, I'm just going to play other games because Smash is a nightmare to play and Ultimate's not fun. And everyone's playing Melee right now. He has been playing some Melee, but, you know, just let's have the internet be good.
Sure.
In good ways.
I mean, here's my thing.
Yeah.
Still...
You're still saying it's John's?
I'm still saying it's John's. I'm still saying like it's kind of, you know, whatever. Yeah, you wouldn't say that if you came in first place, therefore it's John's.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Sounds, you know, like if you think the netcode's so bad, you shouldn't have signed up for the online tournament.
Well, they gotta. Like, that's how they gotta make a living.
Then don't be shitty if you lose.
But it's, you know, it sucks. It sucks to lose to something you can't do.
Equally has to deal with the netcode. Right?
Yeah, but
so the flaw is with the game. If you're unhappy with it, pick a different fucking one.
He might think he's coming at it from it like he might be like, I put effort. It's John's. It's fine. It's John's. But still, fix your fucking netcode.
Sure, fix your fucking netcode. But also, if you know the game has bad netcode, don't sign up for the tournament, the only online tournament for that game.
But if that's the game you play, if you're a professional fight, like at only that game.
Most fighting game people have multiple games that they play.
But they're like Sonic Fox is good at fighters and like Mortal Kombat and shit.
Yeah, he's
and
like
Injustice because it's the same fucking
game.
game.
As Mortal Kombat.
Like Fighters is his only deviation, and then he's not winning as much anymore.
Yeah, I mean he still does really well at MK11 and stuff.
There's just people. Not everyone. Not everything translates. People who play Street Fighter usually only play Street Fighter. People who play Tekken usually stick with Tekken. Smash players don't touch any other games because...
Fighting games? What's that?
Fighting games? Let me play my party game with weird rule set.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
hold on.
you.
Let me...
I don't agree with that.
Let me just turn off all of these things that make the game fun so it's not fun anymore.
Me, you, and Chris talked about this. Well, I came in late, but... I don't think all those things make it fun. Some of them make it fun, but I don't think assist trophies suck ass, and so do Pokeballs. Because they're just free wins.
Yeah, and that's why the only real way to play Mario Kart is with the items off.
No, because you can stop an item, like in Mario Kart, other than the blue shell, without, like, losing. Like, you don't have to fall back into place by holding a banana behind you or a green shell. Like, but when you get an assist trophy, if you get one, all their attacks come out like fucking frame one. They're really hard to stop. And I have to fight it like it's another character. Mm-hmm. It's like if you got to control another character that automatically would jet its way up to first and you would get credit for going into first.
Yeah, but it's not, I'm not playing it seriously. Like
That's fine, but a lot of other people like to. But the Smash Bros with items takes the serious, like, kind of takes all the seriousness out of it because it stops like, I'm not fighting you, I'm like zoning you with items. It turns every character into a zoner.
My favorite character in Smash Bros is a zoner.
I know. That's fine though.
Yeah, it's, again, I'm not saying I'm the be all nor end all of what is or is not good about Smash Bros. I can enjoy the game still. But it's just the things I like about the game are not the things other people like about the game.
That's unfortunate that it's just like that for us.
Yeah.
We like to play We like to play Smash in the way that it becomes
closer to
a fighting
game.
Yeah, where there is.
Whereas
also,
for me,
there's people who like to play, even like Alpha Rad, who he owns like half of Panda Global.
Sure.
He's like a fighting game man.
Yeah.
Sort of. Well, he's a Smash fighting game man. Mm-hmm. But like he likes to play that game with items on because he thinks it's a way he doesn't get to play often because he has to play with like these fucking pro players.
Yeah.
Who are just like, oh, items on. So he convinces them, like, hey, let's go have fun with this thing on the side. And they're like, yeah, it's fun, but I'm like a top 10 player and you beat me because you had items.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gives people a chance.
Yeah, I think it adds for a fun, because the problem is me and you personally.
I think items would increase the level of Johns.
Yeah, but it's fun.
I would lose my mind if I got killed by a Lugia.
Hold on. But you don't need Johns if you're playing a game where winning doesn't matter. It's more about having fun. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need Johns because you don't feel like you lost. You felt like you played a game and you just didn't, win or whatever.
Well, when I play like a fucking game that's like, it doesn't matter, like a Mario Party.
Yeah.
Mario Party is not a game where you're supposed to pop off if you win.
No, it's not.
You will. Because you play that game for fucking 90 minutes where it's up and down and you're fucking fighting for your goddamn life.
Meet me in Dokapon Kingdom.
I'm never playing that because that's like a fucking 80-hour board game where you will kill your friends.
I'll end your life.
Yeah. I kind of want to watch Wooly series on that.
I do too.
Yeah. You haven't watched it?
I watched the first couple.
Yeah. Was the first couple good?
Oh, yeah.
I tried to watch him play through like Halo. He just has a way of playing that I fucking hate.
What's wrong with it?
He like when I get a gun in a video game,
yeah,
I go out and use it to learn how it fires and everything.
But he tests it out.
He like picks up a sniper and then fires it at the wall and then like zooms in multiple times and like sees how like the gun sway is when he fucking
tries
walks
to figure
with
it out. It's just like how he plays Devil May Cry.
Yeah, like the Void.
Yeah,
yeah, like.
He likes to test it out.
That's fine. That's just the way he plays. I like to keep the flow of gameplay moving. That's why I fucking hate Schluters now.
Yeah.
Because I'm very, I think I'm very efficient. Mm-hmm. Destiny has my favorite fucking thing in the world where you can do, on a loading screen, you can do item management. Mm. And I do that because I know it's a loading screen. I know how long they last. They last about 30 seconds. When I was playing Destiny with Stevie, this motherfucker, I've obviously beaten everything in that game, so I'm just like going through it with him.
Yeah.
And I'd be like running through the level, I'd be killing things, like just kind of playing, not going try hard or anything, and I'd turn around and he's like a fucking kilometer back. And I'm like, Stevie, what are you doing? He's like, hold on, I'm doing my items. I'm like, what the fuck were you doing on the loading screen?
Waiting. It's what a loading screen's for.
Yeah, but he knows.
Listen,
I'm gonna get
Stevie,
a fucking message from him now.
Don't listen to Ian. I've got your back. You know what?
Yeah, the non-gamers got your back.
You know what? You know what, Stevie? You do what you want. You purchased Destiny 2 and / or its expansions.
No, he didn't. He didn't purchase Destiny 2. I did. For him.
All right, Stevie, you own Destiny 2, and it's in your name. And you get to do whatever the fuck you want with it. You want to be slow? You want to fucking have to set items whenever you feel like it? Maybe you forget to do it on a loading screen every once in a while. That's on you, man. You can do what you want.
All right, eat shit. What'd you do this week?
Don't listen to Ian.
Eat shit.
Ian's just rude.
I
think Ian's played too much Destiny.
I am the king of Johns. Not in Smash Bros, though, or else I will be. So they will point out Johns.
You are literally the king of Johns at Smash Bros. You force quit games when you lose.
That's a joke. No, I don't say...
It doesn't always feel like a joke. Sometimes it feels real.
I try not to do it if they actually get, like, a cool hit on me. It was fucking Johns, though, when George was, like, popping off because he spiked me 4 times in a 3-stock game.
Yeah.
But that was, like... That was me going... And I was like, but fucking DK, it's so easy to spike me. Yeah, it's Johns, but... Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, though, thank God, like, Blake... was so drunk he forgot, because I know Blake knows the term, but he would never just think of it.
Yeah.
Called me a sore loser last night.
Yeah.
And Shauna and Ashley didn't know it either, so fucking hate that game. Super Mario Party can eat a dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we played Mario Kart and I won. But did I sit there and be all smug about it?
Yes.
No. Because I won. I'm not a sore winner either. I'm a sore loser at Mario Party, but winning comes natural. That's a lie. I lose it.
You're
fucking
literally
everything.
sore winning right now.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about it
Like 24 hours later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So weeks. First of all, let's deal with the thing that happened right after the podcast last week for me, which was I played the open beta for Marvel's The Avengers.
Oh, cool. How was it?
It's quite good. I know everybody's mixed about that game. They're like, oh, it's poopy. Oh, it's great.
How does it control?
I like it. I like it quite a lot.
Okay, cool.
It's a pretty basic third-person action game, but if you're playing as someone like Iron Man or Black Widow, especially Black Widow, God bless, fucking fun-ass character to play. Probably the most fun. But
It's
Iron
like-
Man, you can do so many... You can get these really long-ass dope combos as Iron Man.
Iron Man and Black Widow are fleshed out characters, but the rest are kind of feeling like lacking?
No. So Iron Man is a fleshed-out character, certainly. He's not as fleshed out as Black Widow, but also there's like upgrades. I didn't buy every skill in the skill tree. You unlock more moves, literally. Like it's a good skill tree. You get more actual good shit. It's not like 10% increase in whatever.
I like those.
I hate that shit. It's boring.
I don't
Just
like
give it to me.
10% increase because it's just like, just give me a 50% increase. Give me something good.
Or how about give me an extra square button to add to my combo?
Give me a substantial thing.
No, but like the things...
Well, I'm saying games with health bars.
Yeah, no, but health bar is different. Obviously, give me extra health. I like buying extra health.
No. I'm saying if you're going to give me a health bar that I will see at all times,
Yeah.
give me the ability to make that health bar go down faster. Something like Devil May Cry, where I don't actually have to see the health bar the whole time, give me additional buttons for combos.
Yeah.
Is there a health bar on enemies?
It's toggleable.
So it's not... Okay, toggleable means not necessary.
Yeah. But, Iron Man, like some of the upgrades, gives you a launcher, which is really good because his triangle button is a projectile, and, you can really air combo the fuck out of people as Iron Man. Black Widow plays like a really fast, sort of like, not quite Arkham, but similar, like
Spider-Man.
Captain America is closer. Yeah, Spider-Man style, but you're really fast. You can turn
say
invisible.
Spider-Man's fast.
Huh?
I would say Spider-Man's fast.
Yeah, but faster. Or maybe not faster, but very fast for a game that's a little bit slower than Spider-Man is normally.
Okay.
And so, like, Black Widow's fast. Her projectile is she pulls out 2 fucking guns. So you're just like...
I liked it better when she had the guns and not when she had the fist guns.
You're just thinking about the movie.
Yeah, no, but doesn't
She's
she have
always had the arm things in the comics.
Yeah, no, but I liked it when she had the guns in the movie and then she got the arm things later.
Yeah.
I like the guns better, is all I'm saying.
Okay. She also has sticks, like Nightwing.
You know what actually would be cool?
Yeah?
This is the only time I will ever say something cool about Ruby.
Move on?
Yang,
Yeah.
the blonde one, played
Yeah.
by Barbara Dunkelman.
Okay.
Her thing is she's a brawler,
Yeah.
but you know how all their weapons have guns?
Yeah.
Shotguns inside the gauntlets.
That's cool.
And I think if Black Widow had something like that, I'd be like, yeah, they're cool now.
Isn't that what Crossbones does?
Who?
Crossbones?
What's that?
The Marvel Comics character Crossbones.
I have no idea. I don't know that character
He's
existed.
from the beginning of Captain America Civil War.
Oh,
Isn't
I would say
his
that.
thing?
I looked at that more like the fucking like the power gauntlet from Fallout. I'm gonna look up Crossbones.
But yeah, so
Is that the guy also they dropped the building on?
yeah, that's what starts Civil War.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Black Widow and Iron Man, in my opinion, really good. I really like playing as Ms. Marvel.
Yeah, that's
Kamala
like
Khan.
the power fist from Fallout.
Yeah.
And this one, I don't know, maybe the comics version was older. And
Sometimes I'd shoot. Maybe it's shocker also kind of thing. Depends.
oh yeah. Wait. Okay. There's Shocker and Electro, and I always mix them up because they're
Shocker is the one that's pathetic.
both Herman. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dumb one.
The dumb, goofy.
They're gonna kill my family.
But anyway, so Kamala Khan, like Ms. Marvel, is great to play as in this game. Hulk, I like playing as Hulk. Honestly, the differences between the characters, I think, is what makes this game fucking shine. Every character feels like they're almost like a completely different moveset, even though they all use the same buttons to do similar things.
One last thing about Crossbones. He dual wields guns in the comic, so
Yep.
that's probably why you thought it was the fist guns.
Yeah, because he has fists and he has guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Hulk is cool. My only problem is it is a game. So obviously your square is your light attack. Your triangle is your heavy attack. Circle button is an
Yakuza?
evade. Huh?
Yakuza, rush combos then finishers.
No, it's light and heavy attacks. You can chain heavy attacks.
Okay.
Like, you know how Yakuza, if you press triangle once, you're done?
Yeah. Well, I think who was it? I think Majima had some stuff where triangle could go further on.
Or like Kiryu gets upgrades where if you're mid combo, you press square, square, then triangle, triangle, triangle sometimes. But like generally,
Oh, actually, yeah, that's one of the curious things where he always ends with like like you get additional triangle moves.
yeah.
But then they fucking made that like a part of like Tanemura's fighting style in 4,
Yeah.
where it's like that he always uses his fucking heat bar, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Some of those moves sucked and took so long.
Yeah.
The armbar one.
Yeah, I didn't like Tanemura. But it's less Yakuza and more like, I don't know, a more generic game than Yakuza. But your circle button is your evade. And so the weird thing is, and this is the only thing I don't like
X
about
is
playing...
jump?
Huh?
X is
jump? Yep. You get a jump because there's platforming in this game, and it's pretty good. And of course, Iron Man fly.
Platforming is Iron Man.
Yeah. But anyway, the thing that's weird about Hulk is, like, he's really fun to play. He feels destructive and big and strong, but you need to evade things when you're Hulk because you have a...
Makes sense.
Yeah, because you have a health bar. So if someone's hitting you hard, you need to press the circle button to sidestep, and it's weird. It's a weird thing to have to do as Hulk.
Yeah. Hulk should have like a power armor meter or something.
Yeah. I mean, he does have a rage meter that builds up, and when you hold it, he gains health and does more damage.
But I think he should have that, but also like a shield sort of thing.
I think Hulk should just have really big health bar.
And then
Because he's a bigger man.
No, but I'm saying there's got to be at least some point where he can be stunned. Or else it's just going to be, you just press square like nonstop and just keep punching.
Yeah.
I'm saying you have like, what's the color of the health bars?
Depends on the character.
What color is Hulk's?
Green.
Okay, so let's say he has a fucking yellow one on top of it.
Okay.
Yellow is like a thing of armor, and it goes down a lot faster than the health.
Yeah.
It's rechargeable. Like it will recharge on its own over time. Mm-hmm. And if you're fighting an enemy and he stuns you enough, you'll get to the point where you actually get hit stunned.
Oh.
So instead of the Hulk being like normal, but you got to dodge a heavy attack, it's like you could take that heavy attack if you have enough armor and keep going, but if you take a second one, then you'll start getting stunned.
Yeah, so
and then you
it's
start
like
losing
Hulk's
armor.
not really getting stunned when he gets hit, but you'll lose health.
Or he loses more armor after that.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But Hulk still feels very good to play. It's just that's like a weird thing to get used to when you're playing as Hulk. Mm-hmm. And the thing, you only play as Thor once, and same with Captain America. But Thor, if you want to know how Thor plays, it's just Kratos in God of War 2018.
Didn't play that, so.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like it, though, when they...
It's a little bit slow, and when the way you throw your hammer is just like the Leviathan X in God of War 2018. Shocker, the combat lead on that game worked on this game. So, makes sense.
And Cap is like playing the Arkham games.
Cap is more like Arkham because you build up your meter and you get your takedowns. His shield throw, what's interesting, everybody has long range attacks, but they all work a little bit different. Yeah. Like the shield throw is a lot slower than just taking out two guns and going bam, 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 bam.
But it probably does a lot more damage.
But it does more damage, and it comes back, and it can sometimes bounce off multiple things.
Yeah.
And people.
So when Black Widow shoots, it's like Devil May Cry guns.
Yeah, but
then
it's like over the shoulder.
When Cap throws his shield...
It's like Cap throwing his shield.
Yeah. There's actually I was going to say it's like a move in World of Warcraft.
Sure.
When you play as a paladin, if you play as a protection paladin, that's when you actually have a shield.
Yeah.
You actually throw it and it like ricochets between enemies.
Yeah.
It was like the coolest part about being a tank in that game, but I fucking hate tanking.
Sure.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think that game is much better than people are giving it credit for. And I get that people are like, oh, I don't like that you have gear, or I don't like that there's multiplayer stuff, or I don't like that there's skill trees.
Okay, it was only the demo, so you might not know that much. How bad was the gear?
Not bad at all. You pick up chests in the levels. You can get extra stuff. They have numbers associated. You pick the stuff with the highest number.
Yeah, like most games, but
yeah.
I think the problem with those games is when
you're
on the rise.
Yeah.
It's really easy to be like, oh, just the thing with the more numbers. But then you get to a point at like the later parts of the game where it's like, oh, why am I getting things that aren't better?
Obviously, the demo was like only... the demo had a lot of content in it. I didn't even play everything on the beta because it was like only up for like 2 days for me. So, yeah. But there's a lot of content in there. It looks really cool. The way it works is story missions are single player only, and it'll have you swap between heroes during the story. It's scripted segments, and the story mode's good. The story seems interesting. It's like, during Avengers Day, there is a terrorist attack and not a terrorist, like it's a whole thing. Taskmaster and a bunch of things. They're doing they're showing off a bunch of tech on a fancy new helicarrier in San Francisco Bay.
Okay.
And it's in the trailer.
All right.
But
that's the attack that's going on in the game.
On the bridge. Yeah. And so they, most of the Avengers go to the bridge. One of them stays at the helicarrier. It's Cap that stays at the helicarrier. Helicarrier explodes. A bunch of people get sick, quarantine stuff, which is very apt, and superpower sickness stuff. And Cap is seemingly dead.
But he's not.
Obviously, he will be not dead. They haven't said Cap is not dead yet, but presumably they did not design the moveset for him to die in the first level of the video game. And never
unless
show up again.
Unless you were like, yeah, Falcon's in this game, and it's like, oh, okay.
Falcon wouldn't have the same fucking.
You could do something similar where it's like maybe he has like extra, like his basic string combo is Captain America's, but it doesn't kill like how Captain's would.
Yeah.
And he could throw the shield, but maybe Caps can ricochet between enemies, but then like Sam's doesn't.
Yeah.
So it could be upgrade. It could be like the Metroid thing.
Yeah.
Or like why for Spider-Man Miles Morales, we're going to be playing a character who won't have all the moves of Peter Parker and will earn those moves by playing.
He's got a completely different moveset, apparently.
Yeah, but he's going to have like things that are like transferable.
Yeah.
Like his focus meter is not going to be as big. His health's not going to be as big. But by the end of the game, he's going to feel more powerful than the previous iteration. It's like playing fucking a Metroid game.
Yeah. I think it'll be still Steve comes back.
Obviously.
I don't think it'll be that he hands it down.
Well, if this was if there was another game, if there's a second one, it's like, yeah, maybe it might get handed down.
Who knows? Who knows what happens, right? I think they're going to keep adding more shit to this ongoing, more likely than there being a sequel.
It's probably going to be like story stuff where like other Avengers, like Ant-Man will probably come in as a character.
Ant-Man's actually in the main game.
Oh, do you play him or?
You will. He's like an unlockable character.
Okay, so then the other weirder Avengers, maybe you get fucking Logan. Who knows?
Yeah. One thing we do know for sure is that people, data mined the beta and they found out that War Machine, Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, as we already knew in the PS4 version, among other characters, are in the main game / early editions via free DLC, just like the other ones that have been announced.
I think Doctor Strange would have a cool playstyle.
I feel like that would be a cool playstyle for sure.
Scarlet Witch, not so much.
You could do something cool with it.
If she has like a thing where she actually like picks things up and uses them to do the environment, but then not just have it be, oh, I'm standing back here and going boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Like have it be dynamic. Let me actually do some fights with her instead of just being a ranged character.
I feel like Scarlet Witch is inherently a ranged character.
I think they could just do some more.
You could maybe do it where you mind control people and you get to play as the enemies.
Like your 9S.
Yeah.
You have the little brainwash mini game.
Yeah.
And it's an 8-bit themed. It's just they rip off 9S
literally
completely.
just Nier Automata.
She has like a weak light attack, but her heavy attack is changed to something else.
Through the brainwash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or she could literally her finishing move is just her saying, "No more mutants." And they all die.
What the fuck was that from? Was that from the comics?
Yeah, House of M.
Okay.
That's why a bunch of mutants died. Like 80% of mutants died when she did that.
Cool. So they went back from being like a quarter of the population to like
1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The top 1%.
Yeah.
Hold 99% of the powers.
We can't all have mutant powers. Only the rich get the mutant powers.
Was Bernie Sanders the guy he abducted at the beginning of X-Men 1? Because wasn't that the representative from Vermont?
Like right wing.
No, but wasn't the guy they kidnapped in the first movie?
God, I don't know.
Like X1?
I don't remember.
He was like the representative from Vermont or some shit?
Wasn't he from New York? Like the X-Men are from New York?
Do you remember the dead raccoons in Toronto? Yes.
What dead raccoons in Toronto?
We went record shopping like in like 2014. And we fucking we were walking down the streets of Toronto, just like going from like store to store, and we walked past 2 dead raccoons that there was a tree above us and they like fell, but they looked like they were like
God.
They looked the way they fell, it looked like they fell like they were hugging.
Oh.
They were totally fighting, and I think the one whose face was down, his jaw was split in half.
That's yucky.
It was like you kind of just saw 2 fat raccoons just lying on the ground. It wasn't that like gruesome.
Yeah.
But remember the fucking Toronto dead raccoon that was like a meme where it just took forever for the city. It took like 12 hours for the city of Toronto to actually go pick up this fucking raccoon corpse.
Yeah.
And people put like murals around it as jokes, being like, haha, look at how incompetent our city is.
Yeah.
It was like that, where like that thing, it looked like this, it happened at like midnight the night before, and it was like 2 p.m. when we walked past.
So it's been like 14 hours.
Yeah, it didn't stink though.
That's yucky.
Yeah. Chris thinks he wasn't there. Yes, he was. Okay, sorry.
Too much reefer affecting the memory. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe Chris got to stop smoking that Mary Jane.
Maybe he's got to stop using the jazz cigarettes.
Yeah, we were doing a bit earlier about Captain America smoking weed.
Yeah.
And no, how he wouldn't smoke weed, but he would smoke giant, unfiltered, homemade, like
hand-rolled
cigarettes.
Yeah. Ian. Right. The Avengers. I think that game's gonna be pretty cool. I enjoy it. I don't think I'll fucking 1,000,000% it because there's too much content in the game. But
I'm sure the content will be annoying to 1,000,000%.
Yeah, but it looks fun. I like that the story mode is single player because it's like a pretty decent story seems so far.
Yeah.
Kamala Khan's like basically the main character, but you know, like it's I like it. I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who's already made a decision about that game and you haven't played the beta, you should play the beta. Or I guess it would be over by the time this comes out. But
watch the fucking like launch content. Like watch people stream it or something.
Well, you don't really know. Like here's the thing. Like I was watching videos of how the game's played before. Like not how the game's played, but the gameplay.
Go watch a streamer you trust. Someone you're like they like the same games I do, and if they're playing it and go, yeah, I like this game, then go play it.
It's hard to tell how that game feels by watching it. When you get your hands on it, you'll be like, "Oh, this is actually really fun."
Like if I was, I'll probably fucking get it. I'm a slut for Marvel.
Yeah,
I'm a slut for superheroes.
Me too, man.
Yeah, so like, if I really wasn't into it, I would just wait till like Pat streamed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he liked it, I'd be like, yeah, I'll fucking get it because he's a very picky man and we like similar games.
Yeah.
He hates Destiny though, so that's where we cross the line.
Yeah. All right, Ian. What did you do this week?
I played the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater demo.
Hey.
It was fucking broken for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for some reason, it would not let me use the right stick for movement.
You mean the left stick?
The left stick. It would not let me use a stick.
Yeah.
I had to use the D-pad. I went around like obviously I couldn't get my classic feel because I did not play with a D-pad because I played mostly on GameCube and GameCube didn't have a good D-pad.
Yeah.
So I got it. Game feels good.
Yeah.
I personally could land a bunch of the specials.
I just couldn't land the 900.
I could.
I've played it more.
I had more trouble getting the Varial McTwist down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's way easier.
But also I found with the 900 that if you did a revert as you were landing, you could get it. I think the game, like, because the 900, there's a bit of the animation that you can revert out of, like a cancel.
Yeah.
But if you do the revert, you'll land. If you don't and try and let it go, there's a good chance you'll bail. I think it's just a weird thing.
Okay.
I have landed one without doing the revert as well. It's just that I found when I did the revert, I landed it more often. The thing is reverts take away points from specials.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because technically it wasn't a 900, it was like an 880.
Fair enough.
So, I don't know. It's fun. I didn't play that much of it. I did like the demo like 4 times or something like.
I've done it a bunch more times since.
Yeah, I think I just want the actual game to be out.
Yeah, because I want like the missions. I want
to be able to upgrade like my stats.
Yeah.
Like I want to play the game. I don't really want to play like this toned down fucking cut up version of the game.
Yeah. Obviously, again, this is just a demo. The game's coming out very soon.
Yeah.
So
Did you see any of the there's 4 new songs that they specifically made for Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you watch those?
No, I didn't.
Those are more my speed than yours because we were discussing at dinner today. You don't like music.
Yeah, music's bad, and if you like it, you're dumb.
Nathan has very specific tastes in music.
I don't have specific tastes in music. I have specific distastes in music.
Yeah, I guess. Like, you were like fine with Pup and Fiddler, like as a I guess if it's on, and then now it's like God.
Yeah. So Ian and many of our other friends. I don't know why I was going to say my other friends, as if you don't know them. But Ian,
or as if that I haven't known them longer.
Yeah, Ian and many of our other friends really love 2 bands, Pup and Fiddler, which are both a very similar kind of punk, as far as I can tell.
Pup gets a little more emo sometimes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I like some punk music. I'm mostly like an alt/indie guy, but I like some pop. I like a little bit of everything. But
You like indie pop?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Indie pop's good.
it is good.
Alt pop is good.
Yeah, even pop's good.
If you put indie or alt in front of it, it's pretty good.
Yeah. But just like Pup and Fiddler are two bands that I've heard a million times at this point. Like when I
Yeah.
first heard both bands, I was just like, yeah, whatever. This is just whatever. I don't really care for it. It's
Yeah.
fine. But unfortunately, it happens to be the favorite band of multiple of my friends who
Mostly
listen
me.
especially Ian, who listen to them practically all the time whenever they have the aux cord at parties or whatever.
Chris is like the one you're safest from, but like
Yeah.
something will come on, but if it's like my shit, it's like
Yeah.
every 5 songs it's either Pup or Fiddler.
Yeah, so it's like you just hear these songs over and over again that initially I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. It's not that good. To like now I'm just like, at some parties I'll just fucking leave. Like I'll just be like, I've heard this song twice already.
I'm gonna go
here.
take a giant shit.
I'm
even
just
though I
gonna
don't need to.
leave.
Yeah.
But like, it's not that I think those bands suck. It's that I'm sick of hearing of them.
Yeah.
And Ian will sometimes come here in Pup or Fiddler shirts, and sometimes multiple friends will wear the same Fiddler shirt.
It's me and Chris. We have the same shirt. It's like this black and red cheap beer shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And
is
they'll both
I got
show
the
up to
show
the
at a
same
pub. I got the
place.
shirt at a pub show, but it was a band that opened for them.
Yeah.
Because it looks like
Oh, bands open for Pup?
everyone opens
nice.
for everyone.
That's nice. I thought Pup was just a band that opened for other bands. They weren't
No,
like big
Pup's
enough
a
to have their
headliner,
own
you
thing.
dick.
All right, I'm sorry, Ian.
They did RBC Echo Beach.
Who?
It's like, you know
No,
how
I
like
know.
they
I
shut
know
down
what it
an
is.
Ontario
Vampire
place?
Weekend
Yeah.
was there.
Did you go to that?
I wanted to, but none of our friends wanted to go. I like Vampire Weekend a lot.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vampire Weekend's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go see them live though.
Really?
I'm not.
They're apparently good live.
I like an engagement. So I like punk shows because it's like more of an engagement thing.
See, here's the thing. I like.
You're
I
a
don't
sit
care
and
about
watch kind of guy.
I don't care about concerts, honestly. Like everybody's like, oh, I want to stand up. And I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to stand for a long time.
You're like, you want to go watch it like it's a fucking play.
I want to watch it like it's a fucking play. Let's see a little
like
bit
if
of
someone was
theater.
like, oh fuck, we only got balcony seats left and they're all seated, you'd be like, oh no,
oh no, you
what
mean
a nightmare.
I can sit and have a nice view of the stage?
I can get a nice drink and not have to worry about spilling it on someone.
Yeah.
Man, that's the fun.
I've only been to one concert that was standing.
I really,
Yeah, and it was Childish Gambino's Because of the Internet concert. And that was a good concert.
I got beer poured on me at like pretty much every concert I've ever been to.
See, I don't want that to happen to me anywhere.
No, it's just you're already sweaty. It's just kind of just more liquid on you.
It sounds like the opposite of what fun is.
No, it's fun to me.
Yeah, no, but I mean to me.
Well, people think working out is fun, and other people are like, ew.
Yeah, I don't
Gross.
like working out.
I think it's fine,
I don't like it.
but I like to go to punk shows. Best one I ever went to was one, the Horseshoe, which was my first like real show.
Yeah.
Which was when we saw Fiddler in like 2015.
Yeah.
Or like I think we were old enough to drink, so
So 2014.
2015 or 2014.
Yeah.
And that was a weird show. It went till like 2 a.m. and shit.
Well,
Yeah, well, it actually went later. It went till 5 a.m. We just left because Fiddler was like the band we went for.
yeah.
So that was great. The other one was when I was down in Ohio. It was the first time I saw Pup. And it was in this fucking... It was in a bowling alley.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Sounds like a very Ohio type situation.
It's actually like hipster fucking area, actually. Like, it's like a pool... It's like a bar, and there's bowling, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's like a small bowling
You ever
alley
been to
and
like
shit.
there? We have a chain. I don't know if we still have it anymore, but isn't there like a chain like here called Lucky Strike? That's like a bar that's a
I
bowling
think that's
bar?
only in Toronto. I wouldn't really say it's a train.
I think I've seen multiple of those.
Really?
I bet you there was one in Newmarket
I
because
know-
Newmarket gets weird random stores.
Okay. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
I don't like the only time I've been to like a pool place that was like also a bar,
You mean a bowling place?
a bowling place.
Yeah.
All pool places are also bars.
Yeah. Was the Boston Pizza one?
The
in
Boston
Niagara
Pizza one in
Falls?
Niagara. I like that place. Lucky Strike Bowling.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a bait and then there's a cigarette. There's
Oh.
20 locations. They are based in Los Angeles. So there's just some in Toronto.
There's a couple in Toronto.
I don't know. I'm trying to find like locations.
I've definitely been to one.
Fuck. Can I get Okay, New York, Chicago. I'm gonna assume there's some in Canada. Maybe they're actually a different brand. Whatever.
Yeah, maybe it's a different name and I forgot it.
Maybe you heard that name and you're like, it was close enough. Maybe it was Fucky Strike. Who knows?
Who's to say?
Yeah, bowling's cool.
Sure.
Ska is cool.
Sure. I'll say Ska's cool. Ska's cool.
Actually, you should watch the noisy thing after I leave. I think the first song you might not vibe with it. You'll see that it's a good Tony Hawk song. The second song, I think you'll like.
Is one of them the song that was in the demo? There's like a rap one that didn't sound familiar.
I don't know. That might be the third song. The first song is like punk.
Yeah.
The second one is like indie, like pop rap sort of shit.
Yeah.
The third one is like a rapper where he actually references the fact that the song was made for the Tony Hawk game.
Yo, that's dope.
Then the fourth one is an MGK song.
MGK, Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah, but it's like an emo song.
Oh.
Like MGK is like a rapper, right?
Why are you asking me?
I think because Derek.
I don't know.
And I think Kyle was also into them.
Yeah, but I don't care about that. I don't really listen to much rap anymore.
Yeah, me neither. I listen to Tyler. That's about it.
I associate rap with the cringy high school version of myself. That's why.
Yeah, I never really had the rap. Okay, so his thing is hip hop, rap rock, and pop punk. I would say this is straight up emo music.
Yeah, but pop punk.
But emo only exists in this one special location in California. So.
Yep.
All right. So, anyways, demo's cool. I want the actual game to be out.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of video games, Ian.
Yeah.
Do you want the return of a classic segment from 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, we already know it. Nathan already told me about
My
this.
journey through Halo 1.
Yep. I'm gonna fucking
So in case you've
now.
forgotten, last week I said I just started level 7. In case you don't remember, I'm playing Halo 1 for the first time ever. To finally be able to have an opinion other than that I don't care about the Halo franchise. So what I've been doing is taking notes as I've been playing through the game. I took 3 weeks off because level 7 fucking sucks. And
you did
now
not change your mind about that.
Now we are going to quote directly from the notes. Level 7. Fuck this, fuck you.
That's a lot of paragraphs. Are you actually going to read that whole thing?
Yes.
Fuck.
This level took like 3 weeks of randomly checking in, making a small amount of progress, and quitting. While the silent cartographer is what Halo should be, the library shows what Halo truly is. A game full of copy-paste levels with mediocre shooting and nothing
All
to
right,
break it up.
motherfucker. Go play Halo 2 after you make that claim.
Level 8 is just level 5 again. Same location, same reused environments and rooms. Level 8 also introduces a great concept, where the game forces you to lose your shield and immediately puts you right into a fight. I kept spawning with 1 piece of health and no shield over and over again, with no medkit in the room. The fact that people say this game is good is a fucking joke. Of the 8 levels that I've played
It is good.
Of the 8 levels of Halo 1 that I've played so far, 4 are actual shit. 2 are mediocre. 1 is good but don't push your luck, and 1 is fucking perfect.
What is good but don't push your luck?
Yeah. That was level 6.
I think you could describe a couple of fucking games like that.
Halo 1's biggest problem is pacing and length. There's 10 levels in the game, and according to howlongtobeat.com, the game takes 10 hours to finish. That means the levels are way too long for an extremely basic FPS.
I think so. How long does it take to beat? 10 hours, really?
10 hours, according to How Long to Beat.
I beat Halo Reach on Legendary in like fucking 8.
Oh yeah, Reach is about 7 or 8 on How Long to Beat.
I wouldn't even say, but Halo 1's not that much longer.
Halo 1 is 10 hours on How Long to Beat.
Oh,
and there's only 10 levels.
I think they are punk bitches because I don't think those levels are an hour each.
There's I mean, it's based on averages from multiple types of players.
Well, they're bad.
All right, Ian.
All right, go on.
This means the levels are way too long for an extremely basic FPS. COD Black Ops 1 is a game with a great single-player mode. There's 15 levels, and the game is only 7 hours on How Long to Beat. So I think that's like a better pacing situation. And they're more varied, the 15 levels.
Yes.
Level
But
9,
also remember, Call of Duty Black Ops came out 12 years later.
Perfect Dark came out before Halo and is better.
I don't give a shit.
And it was
I
on the
never played Perfect
N64.
Dark. That's also a rare game, so you watch your mouth. That's a rare game, isn't it?
What's wrong with Rare?
They were really good at what they do. They still are.
Yeah.
Where Bungie, this was like their second game.
They'd done like 10 games before Halo 1.
Yeah, but they weren't the same as Halo.
All right, Ian. Level 9 is a remix of Level 3. Why repeat levels? I'm literally rescuing keys from the place I rescued him earlier.
Because they didn't have the money to make a fucking full game.
Then don't make 9 levels. Don't make 10 levels. Make 8.
Because there was no multiplayer, so if you didn't have...
There was multiplayer.
No, there wasn't. Not on console. It was only local. There was no online.
Yeah, but there was still multiplayer. There was still a lot of multiplayer.
Yeah, but like a lot of other games, like most first-person shooters back in the day were this long.
Doom is 2 hours long.
Yeah, but if you're bad at it, it's much longer.
Okay, but if you check how long to beat Doom is 2 hours long. If you check how long to beat...
Well, also,
10.
Doom came out in like 1984.
Sure, whatever. Anyway,
time passes very quickly for video games, right?
Okay. Ian, I am treating this game like it is a game that came out in the year 2001. Okay?
I don't think you are.
This is my 2001
You would be
opinion.
6 years old. There's no way you would think like this.
I'm thinking like I was a 25-year-old man in the year 2001 playing the game Halo.
Well, now you're a
for the first
fucking
time.
boomer.
All right, Ian.
No, you're not.
Anyway,
You'd be Gen
there's a
X.
small part of level 9 that is a little bit different from level 3 because you go through a swampy bit instead of a desert bit. But my point still stands.
Was the desert bit in Halo 1?
Yeah, it's level 3. The start of level 3 before you get into the spaceship. Although it doesn't look like a desert with the new graphics.
Oh, okay.
So
Halo 1's like my least remembered one.
Level 9's, yeah, because it's bad. It's a bad game.
Yeah, because Halo 2 and Halo 3 slap.
But yeah, level 9's better than level 3, but it's part of the mediocre pile. It's still not a good level. It's just mediocre. And finally, level 10 is the final level. It takes you through the destroyed version of the Pillar of Autumn, aka level 1. But this actually works, I feel. It's thematically resonant, and the music hits that perfect point between hauntingly beautiful and a fucking bop. The level really works. The design makes you have to run through gauntlets of dudes in a way that actually feels good, because you're running. You're not slow and monotonous like the rest of Halo 1.
There's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, you're just fucking
Your
bopping
objective
through
is to
little
go,
rooms.
keep going, yeah.
Yeah, and it feels good.
You'll really enjoy Halo 3 then.
The ending of this game would be fucking incredible if the Warthog didn't control like actual dog shit.
I don't disagree with you on this one.
It's an incredible level, and it's almost as good as Silent Cartographer.
Yeah. Halo 3 rectifies... Every single Halo pretty much ends with a fucking Warthog run. Yeah. Because they were like, people like it and it works. Yeah. The Warthog gets better to control every time, but it's still such a floaty fucking thing. Yeah. The only thing that makes Halo 3's much better is the inclusion of the mongoose, and you have much more control over that.
All right. So after this, I had a thought after finishing Halo 1. Is Halo 1 the worst game I've ever beaten? Now, I don't beat many games. I tend to, if I don't like something, I tend to just drop it.
Nathan gives up.
Yeah. But some games throughout your life are bad, but still tolerable or likable enough to finish. So here's 5 games that I think Halo has to contend with in terms of bad games that I've actually beaten. Sonic 2006, Beyond Two Souls, Mafia 3.
Did you, wait a second, for Sonic 2006,
yeah,
did you finish all of it?
I 100%ed that game.
Jesus Christ, Nathan. I guess you were like fucking 11. Yeah. And you were like, yeah, Sonic's cool.
I've actually beaten that game twice.
All right, now there's something wrong with you. There's still something wrong with you.
Mafia 3, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Yes, I beat every story mode. And Grand Theft Auto 5, but just the single player, not fucking around nor online.
Well, because the multiplayer is still ongoing. They just put out new missions.
Yeah, I don't deal with the multiplayer. I don't care.
It's more fun than the actual game at this point.
Sure, but I've just never interacted with it, so it wouldn't be fair for me to include it as part of my judgment.
I'm just putting in a little thought there.
So straight up, Halo 1's better than GTA 5, because GTA 5 straight sucks, and if you don't know why, I'm sorry. The game's not funny, the missions are pretty boring, the characters aren't likable.
Rockstar game mission structure, you know it.
Yeah, and the open world has the least shit to do. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and then even when they added in more shit in like the PS4 and like Xbox One versions,
which I didn't play.
Yeah, the extra shit they add is like so unnecessary and boring.
Yeah. So moving backwards. So by the way, I'm going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So moving backwards, we've got PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, or PSA SBR. Is a game, or PSASPR, if you're fancy. Yeah. Is a game that isn't as bad as people say, but it's not that great. I don't know. Like, objectively, it is a worse game than Halo 1, but personally, I would rather play it again than Halo. But I'd also rather play PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale more than Smash Bros., so my opinion means nothing on the subject. Ian is peeing. But I think what I'm saying still stands.
I was trying to go for precision and like hit the side of the bowl so I could still hear you, and then you just said Ian's peeing.
Yeah. So do you agree with what I said about All Stars Battle Royale?
No, because I don't think it's better than Smash.
No, I mean like, that it's an objectively worse game than Halo, but personally I'd rather play it again than Halo.
Yeah, because that's all a matter of opinion, and I
Yeah.
can't really reject that.
Yeah.
I think what I have played at PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, it is fun.
Yeah.
There's fun things about it. I just don't like a lot of the way it works. Like, I think Smash as a platform fighter is just more fun. Like, the fact that you can't really knock people off stage.
Yeah.
It's all about building your meter and then hitting someone with a heavy thing. Because then you get a really fucking, like, tier list where it's like fucking characters that are like an F to D are garbage, C to A is like they're usable, and then S is just like you might as well play this character.
Yeah.
Because they have like a level 1 super that will just probably kill them really quickly.
Yeah.
And is easy to hit.
Yeah, there are some characters who have level 3 supers that won't wipe every other character on screen.
Yeah.
Like that it's just literally impossible to do that, and it's like, oh cool, that's the worst character.
Yeah, it's like there's just not a lot of balance.
I'm not saying PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale is a great game. It is in the 5 worst games that I have finished.
Yeah.
But I still like it.
Out of the 7 games you finished.
Oh, fuck you, Ian.
I'm kidding.
But next
2
up.
of those were... one of those is Persona 5.
Yeah. But next up, Mafia 3 is a great game marred by bugs. Everyone should play Mafia 3. It has an incredible story and setting, and the gameplay just feels good as hell. Better than Halo easily. Beyond Two Souls is a bad game.
That was a lot of positives for a game that you said sucks.
Yeah, because everybody says it sucks. That's more of like me just making an ad to buy Mafia 3, honestly.
Get the definitive edition.
Yeah.
That's out.
I don't know if it's any different.
I'm sure it just looks better.
Yeah.
And
Beyond Two Souls is a bad game.
probably runs better, actually.
Yeah. Beyond Two Souls is a bad game. It's easily David Cage's worst. With that being said, Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe are fucking awesome actors, and there are some truly good scenes and ideas in this thing. It's worse than Halo, but it's pretty close. Sonic 06 is worse than Halo 1, but I'd rather play through all of Sonic 06 again than play through Halo 1 again. Sonic 06 is bad because important people quit and the game had to be shipped by a certain date and it couldn't budge. The game that Sonic 06 wants to be is a better game than Halo 1. With that being said, here is the bone that I throw Ian. A short list of video games that I have not beaten that Halo 1 is easily better than. Gears of War 1, Skyrim, Star Ocean 5, Mass Effect 3, Hitman Absolution.
You never finished Mass Effect 3?
No.
How far did you get?
Earth.
That's the beginning of the game.
No, the last...
Earth, like you got there and you just didn't... You were
and
like...
London's falling, and then I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, whatever.
London's falling, more like London's calling.
Mass Effect 3, Hitman Absolution,
Game sucks.
Far Cry 2, 3, and 5, and
Never
Assassin's
finished-
Creed Origins.
3's good. But
It's not as good as Halo 1.
yeah. Well. No, I'd probably say 3's better than Halo 1. But that's just more modern game design. But also, actually, no, I take it back. 3 has like a thing where like the first time you play it, it's like, whoa! And then the second time, like, because I played it on Xbox, then I was bored on my PC, and I had it for like $5. So I tried to play it, and I'm like, whoa, this game sucks.
Yeah.
It's when you know how the game is, when you have all the abilities at the end, when you're playing with none at the beginning, sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, I beat Halo 1.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it. I want to play the second one, because there are good things in Halo 1.
And
It's just the game's mostly bad.
The second one's a much better game.
Yeah.
I would say a lot of your
The
issues...
second one has 5 more levels and takes an hour less to beat.
Yeah, then... Well, it's because they split them up better. Like, there's parts where it's like level 4 and 5 is the same fucking level. They just put
A point in it.
in between.
I think, honestly, the worst thing about Halo 1 is that levels are just... Again, I said this already. Levels are super long, and they'll put identical copies of the same room over and over again.
Yeah.
And I hate it. It's just like, I don't think the shooting or the feel of the game is rather compelling.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, to me, it's like the most vanilla shooting.
Halo 2 is so much better because, one,
Dual-wield needlers.
dual-wielding needlers, dual-wielding SMGs, literally just playing... The battle rifle was introduced. Everything about it is just so much better. And Marty O'Donnell picked up a goddamn guitar.
He had a guitar in this.
He has it so much more in Halo 2. Yeah. Like, drums and guitar are just more everywhere more. And Breaking Benjamin made an entire music video using Halo 2 shit.
Sounds great.
It was for the song Blow Me Away.
Nice. So what do you got, Ian?
Yeah, I haven't like done a lot this week. I've been on a diet and I get real sleepy when I'm not drinking alcohol or eating sugar.
Okay.
So I played Valorant, like some Valorant this week. I'm getting back into that game because that game's just really fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, I have a weird thing with first-person shooters. If I don't warm up and just get right into a game, I'll do amazingly. If I warm up, I play like shit. Like when my arms are like rusty and I'm like, oh Jesus, my hand, it just isn't shooting right. I got in like my fucking first real game of that.
Yeah.
Like this week, I got 32 kills in one game.
Holy shit.
There is 26 rounds in total. 25 possible rounds. That means even if I fucking played like, I think I played like 15 of them. That's about 2 to 3 kills per round. And there's only 5 people on the enemy team.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking slapped. And then the next 3 games I played, I did ass.
That sucks, man.
Yeah. And just, those games are really fun. Mm-hmm. But it's just the social aspect of it sucks. Everyone's so toxic.
That's fair, man.
We had a guy who joined and, like, we lost in the pistol round. It's pretty common, like, to lose in a pistol round. It's literally a fucking toss-up. And he was just like, you suck! And I was like, all right, you're fucking muted instantly. I'm not dealing with this.
Honestly, people online video games that have voice chat are bad.
No. I don't agree.
What are the best online interactions you've ever had, Ian?
Only...
Journey, when another human being guided you through an entire game.
No.
Death Stranding, when you and 10 other people donated your hard time and work to build the world.
You're looking for meaningful. When you say best, I'm not. I didn't immediately go to meaningful. I went to times I had a really good time in a video game playing online, which it's fucking Halo 3 pretty much, mostly custom games.
Nier Automata.
Yeah, I know. That's where you're going to fucking lead up to is Nier Automata ending E.
Yeah.
But like...
Because there's no voice chat. If that person could call you a pussy while you were doing the end credits
they also don't
wouldn't be good.
You know what? Let's not do this.
Yeah.
Fucking...
Yeah.
Just... The interactions I had playing Halo, like custom games, because you would just be like playing, like just doing normal shit, just like playing the social stuff, and you'd get a message from a friend, and they would be like, hey, we're gonna run like these weird infection game modes, or fucking Halo, or like asymmetrical multiplayer shit.
Mike Myers.
Well, that's infection, pretty much.
Yeah, it's more fun when you name it Mike Myers.
Well, Mike Myers was the Call of Duty version. Because you would just put one guy on the enemy team and just say, you guys can't shoot, you have to hide, and then the other person has to go get you, and sort of thing.
Yeah.
But infection is like, they know where you are, they're just coming at you. I think there was a Mike Myers one where the guy was like super slow, but like really hard to kill.
Yeah, with a energy sword.
Yeah, they always had an energy sword. Energy sword or gravity hammer. But the best one is like speed zombies. That's always been the most fun.
Yeah.
Like there's just so, like, just had like really good times in that shit.
Again, my thing with Halo is like I don't really see. I don't. You know, you have to do something. It's got to be
different than like it's different now because I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah. I
Like back then, and also I had like really fun times playing Gears of War 2 with randoms, like the multiplayer in that. Just now I'm an adult. I don't have time for children acting like little shits. I don't really want to engage with them. So like, online multiplayer stuff has changed. Like, it was much less toxic back in the day. Like, you could be playing Call of Duty and some kid would call you the fucking F slur.
Yeah.
But now you get called the F slur, and also he said, and or back in the day they'll say, I'm gonna go fuck your mom. I'm gonna kill your dad. Fucking like violent things we would say to each other.
Yeah.
But like we would just like whatever. It was so little. Now it's like, I'm gonna go find your Twitter account and spam you with pictures of dead children. It's never happened to me. But people are psychopaths.
People are wild.
Yeah. Or like, I'm going to dox you. We were playing GTA one time and a guy was just pulling up our IP addresses and it's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, playing video games online is bad.
I've also had some good interactions in GTA 4's online. GTA 5's is just pure cancer. It's like all toxicity. That's what the game's made to be. But GTA 4's was like a little chiller because there was nothing to lose by like letting people by getting in gunfights, or nothing to gain. It was just pure chaos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But GTA 5 is like, go cause chaos because we're trying to give you fucking cheap little bits of money where you can buy an expensive car.
V-Bucks, GTA V-Bucks.
No, because V-Bucks aren't earnable for free.
You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
But it's like a V because of GTA 5, right?
Oh, GTA $5.
Yeah.
They're not V-Bucks, they're $5.
$5.
But it says V.
But it's
and
not, yeah.
so Fortnite tries to sue them like they try to sue everyone.
Yeah.
And they're losing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Even
you,
though they're
Apple.
right about Apple's thing.
Yeah, but
Even though they're shitty people.
they're also kind of hypocrites.
Oh yeah, they're certainly hypocrites.
Hey, we don't like their monopolistic practices. Anyways, come buy Borderlands 3, only on the Epic Game Store. I know it's on other things now, but come buy Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, only on the Epic Game Store. Getting exclusivity for fucking things and only allowing them to be on your store is pretty monopolistic.
It's a timed exclusive.
Not all of them are. There's games that just won't come to Steam.
That's not true.
Timed exclusive is holding a monopoly for a short period of time.
But even still, you can get it on fucking every other console.
Yeah, but gaming on PC, if you didn't have every other console and you had a PC, like if you spend $3,000 on a PC and you're like, well, I don't want to buy a console now.
Then buy it from the Epic Game Store. What's the problem?
Don't. There's no fucking problem because it's not like there's a barrier to entry. But
You don't have to pay $100 to get the Epic Game
but
Store.
paying
It's free.
people to get exclusives onto your store is the same as Apple saying no, you have to go through our fucking like system to make money.
I disagree.
No, because Apple's thing is also it's not great. It's just them trying to take a cut of the pie for a service they have that you download once.
Yeah.
Like you go on, but they're also doing it so that people don't just start having their own microtransactions in games that are inherently scummy. Like microtransactions for fucking V-Bucks and currency, it's all scummy, it's all on kids. But when you go through it, they can, like, if you went through, like, what's that shitty fucking one that makes all those fucking shit games? I don't know. There's like one company who makes like tons of those games that you get advertised to all the time, like on mobile ads and shit.
Raid Shadow Legends?
No, it's like Arch Hero and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one company that like runs all those.
Gameloft?
Maybe.
I don't know.
But if they went through, they could just have like some shitty, sketchy microtransactions where it's like, yeah, sometimes they just don't give you your own money, or they just it's like not secure credit card stuff.
Oh, you mean like the thing Epic was trying to do where it's Epic Direct Pay or whatever?
Yeah, and that's what pissed off Apple.
Yeah. No, okay. I'm not saying Epic's good. I'm saying
Epic's being kind of hypocritical, even if it is a timed exclusive,
any
it's still
sort
not
of
good.
exclusive, what a monopoly isn't like.
It's when you own a lot of the board.
No, a monopoly is when you have made yourself the only game in town. Ultimately, yes,
Like when
some
you buy
games,
a PS4 and you can only use the PS4 store.
that's again, but that's what the Apple thing is.
But it's also
But
their
you're
thing.
saying that it's a monopoly because you can only buy Persona 5 on PS4.
No, I wasn't gonna say that about PS4 at all.
No, but that's what I mean. You're saying about games being only on the Epic Game Store.
Yeah.
That's like, as if you're saying that's monopolistic, that's like saying, oh, well, it's monopolistic that Persona 5 is only on PS4.
Well,
but it's not
It
monopolistic.
could be coming to PC.
Who knows, right?
You hear about the news
But
with Atlas, though?
Yeah. But Sega and Atlas made the decision of only put that game on the one console that they thought it would be the most profitable on, and maybe they took a cut or maybe they didn't,
Yeah.
right? Who knows? Because some Japanese games just choose to be on only one console, but they can be wherever. Like Nier Automata did that.
Yeah.
But the thing is like that's not monopolistic that game's only on there. It's not monopolistic that that a certain game is only on the Epic Game Store, because if you don't want that game, you are still able to buy games on other stores.
Yeah.
Right? Because the problem isn't that the product they're selling is a specific product. The problem is that the product that they're selling is an app, and every app gives, Apple a cut, or else they do not exist on the iPhone.
I guess PC gamers like wanted more of a monopoly before.
Yeah, they were just like, it should all be on Steam only.
Because
Fuck you.
it's convenient.
Yeah.
It was a convenient monopoly.
Yeah, but it's still a monopoly. Like, again, the Epic Game Store is bringing competition. Sure, it doesn't do things the way everybody always wants them to, but
Yeah.
it's still like, bringing competition. And apparently it's better for developers in a lot of ways.
Well, yeah, because they take less of a cut of the revenue share. They only take 12%, and they also give better deals to indie devs.
Yeah.
Which is why Ooblets is now on Epic.
Yeah, and Ooblets is apparently really good.
It's all right.
Did you play it?
I played like a couple hours of it.
Yeah, I was telling you to play it because you're like, I want a new Pokemon.
Did you?
Yeah, it was like it's like
I literally
Pokemon,
just
but you
came
do-
across it on the store, and the store glitched out and said it was free. So I was like, "Oh, look at it!" And then it was like $28. I'm like, "Oh, you liar!" I still got it because I had like a coupon from Epic, so I only paid like $12.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's all right, but it's like it's more Stardew Valley than I would have wanted. When the game's like more out, because I can only go to the town and my farm,
Yeah.
and I just like I feel like if I just spend a lot of time in the game now, it's just gonna be like, cool, now you gotta go restart over in the fucking like town and shit. I think you can go to the next town over as well, but I just
No, I think they're saying it's like adding in a way that'll never erase what you have.
oh no, I know it's not gonna be like fucking Minecraft where every update they were like, yeah, now you gotta go fucking 1,000 miles away to a place you've never loaded in like the chunk to find like the new environments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ian,
Yeah.
how do you feel about the Muppet movie from 1979?
There was a Muppet movie in 1979.
The first Muppet movie.
Completely forgot about it. I don't think I've seen it actually.
Oh, all right. Well, I watched that this week.
I've only seen Muppets Go to Space.
Oh, that was from 99.
Yeah, I love that movie.
So the Muppet movie, if you like that movie, you'd like the Muppet movie because it's way better.
You know the fucking like I can't remember his character's name. Rizzo? The rat?
Oh, yeah, Rizzo, yeah.
Or no, the fucking dude who looks like he usually hangs out with Rizzo. He looks like a fucking string cheese but red.
String cheese but red. Do you mean the scientist guy, Beaker?
No. He looks a little crazier. He looks crazier than Beaker and a lot skinnier. I literally cannot guess what he is.
Because Gonzo hangs out with Rizzo a lot.
No, but this is another dude who comes up with like Gonzo and Rizzo hang out all the time. But this guy also was there. He speaks like in a Latin accent. There's just a part in Muppets Go to Space where they're like sneaking past like two security guards and one of them is smoking, and the guy goes, "Hey, you should quit smoking, Holmes. It's not good for you." and the guy like turns over and he's like, "Thanks, Frank. I didn't know you cared like that." And I'm like, God,
funny.
child me is losing my mind. This is
That's
so
funny.
I'm gonna figure out this guy's name.
Cool.
So yeah, you watched that movie. How was it?
It's fucking fantastic. It is like it has some heart to it, but it's mostly just goofs and gaffs. Great times, really dumb jokes and puns.
Oh yeah, Jeffrey Tambor was also the fucking star of like he
Muppets
was
in Space?
he was the villain.
Yeah. So this has a collection of very famous people in it. The Muppets movie from '79.
Yeah.
You know, it's got Steve Martin, it's got Mel Brooks, it's got Richard Pryor, it's got
Pepe the King Prawn.
oh, he looks just like Beaker.
Yeah, but see how based off of his face with the fucking hair, that's why I was like a red string cheese.
Yeah. But yeah, Muppets 79 is like more accurate to like the whole thing where the Muppets is definitely a bit more, it's like family friendly, but it's a bit more adult themed with like more adult jokes, not like sex jokes, but just like, you know, weird jokes, right?
Yeah. A little more out there for children.
Yeah, like there's a joke about Hare Krishna, which does not make any sense in the year 2020.
Yeah.
That it's a running joke. So me having vague knowledge was like, that's funny. That's a funny thing. But like, man, if you're just a child, you're like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
But that's great. There's a bit that I didn't realize that I got from this movie that I say frequently whenever you ask me how somebody knows something in a movie, which is I said, oh, he read the script.
Oh, I was thinking that, like, when I was thinking that, it's Spaceballs.
No, so in Muppet 79, which predates Spaceballs by like 6 years.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just saying that when I hear that joke, I think of the Spaceballs where they check the script after, or they watch.
Yeah. They watch the movie.
No, but they also check the script later. Oh no,
Yeah.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
They check the script.
Where he's like, where he spit Robin's arrow in twain. I lost? I'm not supposed to lose. And he pulls out like a script and flips the first page and it says Robin Hood Men in Tights like script.
Yeah.
And like they go through to find the fucking MacGuffin.
That's funny.
He gets a retry. Yeah.
In this one,
Mel Brooks is a genius. I love that man.
He's great. He's in this movie.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All those comedy dudes back then where we're all
They're
boys.
pals, yeah. But in this one, like Kermit and Fozzie, they're doing this like road trip and they're trying to get away from a guy who wants Kermit to be the spokesman for a fried frog legs company.
Is this the one where they like kidnap him?
At one point.
There's like business people and they like make him like a weirdo or something?
No. That's maybe Muppets Most Wanted? The more recent one?
No. Okay, I know there is something like that where there's like an evil Kermit in
That's
that one.
Muppets Most Wanted.
No, but there is something where Kermit goes with them and then like forgets and then works with them, right?
I don't know.
I swear. All right, yo,
There's a
you
lot
just
of those
watched
movies.
the movie, so
Anyway, so this one, the bit with the screenplay is like Fozzie and Kermit on a road trip. They stop at a church and they see like the band, whatever they call the Electric Mayhem.
Yeah.
And they're like, they ask like, what are you guys doing? And Fozzie's like, well, he was in a swamp and he came across an agent, and then Kermit's like, what are you doing, Fozzie? And it's like, I'm telling the story. And then he's like,
Just read the script.
it's boring. No, this is boring. You're gonna make the audience not like it. It's like, well, how do I tell them? They asked. Just give them the screenplay. And then it's like, oh, okay. And then they read the screenplay. And then later in the movie, when it's like the Electric Mayhem shows up to save them when they're all in the desert.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, guys, how did you find us? It's like, oh, you know the
it's in the
screenplay
script.
you gave us? Yeah? Well, it said where you were. Exterior desert night. We knew exactly where to find you. It's so good.
That is funny.
And so that part's great. There's some fucking great music. There's some classic, just stupid jokes of like, turn left at the fork in the road, and it's like there's a literal fork sticking
That's
out
like
of the road.
some Looney Tunes shit.
That's some Looney Tunes shit.
Yeah.
During like the moving right along, we're seeking good times and good news.
Yeah.
That song. There's a great bit where Fozzie's like, yes, a bear in his natural habitat. A Studebaker.
Have you ever seen the clip of Jim Henson and the guy who does the voice of Fozzie?
Oh, in the pre-test for that, where it's like
They're like having an argument about like, you're not a real bear.
yeah. Oh, I don't know how to tell you this, Kermit, but you're not a frog. It's
What?
you got a
What?
hand coming up you. Your
Oh,
arms
jeez.
are on strings.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have told you.
I'm sorry. That was mean. That
Yeah.
was not fair. It's
Yeah.
so funny. Just so many great bits. Miss Piggy doing fucking karate.
Miss Piggy always does karate for
Yeah,
some
but it's
reason.
good. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's never not funny.
Yeah.
Steve Martin as this really rude waiter who's like wearing shorts. He's fucking goofy, and he's just like sarcastic as hell. And he's talking about like, oh, brilliant sparkling wine from Idaho, and it's like he takes a sip of it, and he's like, oh. It's great. And like,
when did this movie come out?
79?
Oh, it's the same year The Jerk came out.
Yeah.
Steve Martin's other movie.
Yeah, Steve Martin's good. Muppet the movie. Anyway, I don't need to spoil the whole movie and say every joke in it. It's fucking funny. Go
Yeah.
on Disney Plus and watch it, guys. It's great.
I did not like The Jerk. Yeah, well, I think I brought that up at dinner. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I was one of the guys on another podcast who I always thought was very funny. He said that's his favorite movie of all time. Is like what got him like into like thinking about comedy and shit.
Yeah.
And I just went and watched it. I'm like, this movie is so dated. The concept of the movie is Steve Martin thinks he's black because he was abandoned as a white baby in like Louisiana and with the black family, so he just thought he was like them. And then they show him a mirror and he's like, oh my god, I'm white, I'm so light. So they send him out of the fucking swamp to go make money because he's a white man and he should be able to do shit like that. But then for some reason he's like, people try to assassinate him. He gets like really rich at some point for no reason. I fucking stopped watching the movie. It's like pure slapstick, like aged poor comedy. Like it's just, I don't get it.
The Muppets has aged perfectly, except the one point that they go to the fair and it's never addressed, but multiple background characters are holding Confederate flags and it's never addressed. And that's
I think
like,
they might have just been trying to say that they're in the South.
yeah, but it's like nobody mentions it or looks at it
Yeah.
or says anything. Like it's like fucking weird.
No, that's just, that's weird. But also,
And Richard Pryor's there.
we used to-
and nobody
We used to just let Confederate flag people go. Now we're dunking on them super hard because they're all fucking losers.
Yeah.
Hey, just remember, Scrubs lasted longer than the Confederate flag.
The Confederacy in general. Even.
Yes, that's what I mean. Fucking How I Met Your Mother. Rick and Morty at this point. Futurama before it got canceled the first time.
Yeah.
The Simpsons by like 30 times.
Yeah. We're on track.
Yeah.
We're on track to last longer.
I'm at least fucking 5 years to 5 times the Confederacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, the last thing that I did, unless you've done anything else.
I went to the beach yesterday.
Oh, that's nice.
I saw you know how the beach is.
Yeah, and like kind of gross, not fun.
No, it was actually pretty nice.
Huh.
Like it was actually a sand beach, which is nice because if you go to fucking lakeshore around here.
I mean, sand is gross as well.
Inherently, yes.
Yeah.
But like, because things can just be inside of it, and you were like, oh, this looks like a nice place to step. Oh, glass.
Or there's
condom. Or there was a lot of dogs around, so I was safe. There was one dog he was having the time of his life. So you go there and just hot women show up, and you're like, I can't look because I'm not a pervert. But then their boyfriend showed up. And I looked at them, and Blake's like, those are some bros. And I'm like, yeah, I bet they're dickheads, too. And he's like, come on, Ian, not all bros are assholes. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Those guys look like assholes. So later on, we're going through. We're, like, just kind of chilling. They were leaving. Like, their girls just left.
Yeah.
And then they were, like, still playing, like, football. The dude, like, they were, like, throwing the pigskin around. They literally said the pigskin. Like, we heard them just say...
Where are they from? Fucking Ohio? Disgusting.
So they're, like, throwing it. And they're doing, like, drills and shit pretty much. They're not just tossing. They're not playing catch. No, he's, like, sprinting down the beach, like, ooh. And then he does, like, this fucking turn, and it kicks sand, like, towards us. And then Blake's just like...
Hey, man.
No, he didn't say anything because it didn't actually hit us. It was just like, yeah, that's kind of a shitty thing to do when you're like, you're clearly not paying attention. But then he catches the ball. He says, yo, bro, sick dardo. And then Blake's just like, oh, starts losing his goddamn mind because because when him and Dan are together and they get drunk, it's just, that's how it sounds. Yo, bro, you want to go out and throw the pigskin? I got a sick fucking arm. I can get you some mad darts. I'm going to bomb that shit to you.
Don't make me have to never talk to Blake again.
They do it as a joke. They also do it when it's him and Dan's bit is they're making fun of bros.
Okay.
But I
thought you meant they did that earnestly and honestly without any hint of irony.
No, they just do it. It's pure irony.
Okay. So you're saying you saw these Americans at the beach?
I better not have. They're not allowed here right now.
Uh-huh.
No, so they were just
maybe they moved here.
Like after that when they walked, like, we're leaving, he just turned to me and he's like, yeah, you're right. Those guys were dicks.
Yeah.
We just also thought they were kind of like at one point because Sean and Ashley went to like roll.
Yeah.
But they didn't bring any papers.
Roll a joint.
So they asked the people next to us and they were like, yeah, well, they gave us like a bunch.
That's nice.
It's nice. Well, it was the girls that were being nice. Yeah. And the guys like complimented they do their like hula hoop shit.
Oh, yeah.
So they like complimented that. And it's like, okay, they're like nice, friendly people.
They're being polite.
They're polite people, but clearly they just don't actually, when they're being like active bros, they don't care about what's going around them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I can't think of anything else I did this week.
All right.
I didn't watch anything like at all.
Are you sitting?
Kind of. My ass is at the edge of this chair because I keep losing chairs. And now I'm in a recliner.
Them. I upgrade chairs for you.
I like the one I had last week. It's over there now.
That one?
No, I was using that one.
That one?
Yeah, I pushed that one out of the way because that one I lean back too often. All right,
well, you can lean back a little bit here because this is one of those things, Hey, Ian. So I started reading a manga recently.
Oh fuck! Is it One Piece?
No.
Naruto.
No, I started reading a little manga called Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin.
Oh, I should have guessed that. It's on the table. I walked past it like 3 times.
So, if you don't know what Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin is, it's a 2001 manga that didn't come here until like 2013. But it's just, yeah. But it's a retelling / remake, but very close to the original show. But it's for people who cannot watch a TV anime from 1979.
Legally or because it's bad? Like it looks bad.
If you're a person who's like, this is aged and it's not pretty like I like and it's in 4:3.
Me.
If you're like that, then you should read Mobile Suit Gundam: The Origin, because it's got gorgeous art and it's a retelling of the story, and it's quite good. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, so I'm really liking it, and I'm tearing through it, and I really like it. But my point is, I also started watching the 1979 Mobile Suit Gundam because it's also awesome.
Yeah,
and I'm comparing both versions, and they're both great.
Shows.
I like old shit. I like old stuff.
Nah,
like obviously Gundam.
We've gone over my shit. New stuff is superior. I understand. Like visually, new stuff is like superior.
Yeah,
it has the capability to be better.
Not the same as anime. Obviously, like older movies that are shot on film and well done look a lot better than newer movies that are shot in digital and look ugly and gross, and you can see the lines. And they're all made of pixels, and you cannot upgrade them further than they are shot in.
Okay, yeah. So film is always upgradable.
Yeah.
Movies aren't. The digital film is not. So in that medium, it is better. But there is things about until like shit's in 4K right now.
Yeah.
It will eventually get bigger. We don't need it though.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I'm sounding like one of those fucking boomers from like the fucking like a long time ago, being like, why do we need better cameras? Why do video games need to look better than Doom? It's fine.
Yeah.
No, like I think video games already are looking their best. I don't think they need to look better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you do realistic faces and stuff, you either have to do them perfectly or they look bad.
Yeah. And the answer is just scan people in.
Scan people in or take a picture for reference and design a character around them.
Yeah, I mean, the person you scan in doesn't need to be the person who does the voice, but just scan somebody in.
So you can have...
Otherwise, you wind up with weird fucking PS4 Spider-Man who looks like every actor who's played Spider-Man had a baby.
I think that was the point, but then also...
Yeah, but it looks weird.
I think a lot of people's faces in that look weird.
Mary Jane's face looks fine.
She's fine, but I think it's all the men look weird because it, like... The women, they were like, oh, softer features. It's like, you don't have... Didn't
Miles
do as much
looks
detail.
fine.
Miles is also younger, so softer features.
All right.
But Peter is in like his late 20s.
He's 23.
Oh my god. Doc Ock is obviously old. Harry Osborn's obviously old. Norman Osborn, sorry, Harry's dead.
Yeah, but I think Doc Ock and Norman Osborn look fine.
What if the villain for Miles Morales
is Harry as Venom?
Was Harry with the symbiote? Symbiote.
Yeah. That sounds
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And Peter could come in and be like, oh my god. And that would be a problem that Peter couldn't deal with because of familial love and stuff.
Yeah.
Found family stuff, you know.
Man, it's funny that there's like 3 ways people say symbiote, and symbiote is the only way I like.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say symbiote or symbiote, and those are both wrong to me.
I really don't care.
Yeah.
When I say symbiote, it's more of a joke.
Making fun of the film Venom.
No, I haven't seen that movie.
But that's how they say that in that film.
Oh. I just say things.
Okay.
Like whenever I fucking talk about Nier, I keep saying Nier Automatic Tomato. Because I got yelled at because I was saying automata, like how the game is fucking supposed to be solved. But Gavin was like, no, it's automata. And I'm like, no,
all right,
it's
Gavin,
not.
you're trying to fucking be British. I get it, but we say different things over here.
Actually, no, I think automata is like the proper English
automata.
thing to say, but this is a game made by the Japanese. And also, Nier, I think would be like Nair or Nair.
No, it's Nier.
I think if you, in English?
Yeah.
N-I-E-R. E-R.
Yeah.
It would be near.
No.
Near.
No, it would be near.
No, it'd be near.
No, it'd be near.
Look, Yoko Taro's a racist because if I put 2 G's in the middle of that, there's something fucked up there.
All right, Ian.
I just thought of that.
All right, Ian. But also, it's automata. That's how they say it in the video game.
I didn't even know they said it in
At the end, they go. One of the pods goes.
Damn, this really was our Nier Automata.
No, one of the pods goes, thank you for playing Nier Automata. But usually, it's at a part where you'd be normally crying.
Oh, yeah, I was.
It's right at the end of ending E, so yeah. But anyway, my point is...
I'm just going to, next time I do
Gundam,
I'm just going to die instantly to get this.
If you want to know what's good about Gundam, the show, / the manga, but also the show.
Yeah.
Because Gundam, the show, is like if G.I. Joe sometimes told you that war is bad.
No.
Yeah.
War's bad?
Yeah. But it's like a show about robots fighting, and it's like kind of like cares a lot about
But Nathan,
realism.
I've only seen American war movies.
Yeah.
And they make it all look so fun.
Don't worry, British do it too in the movie 1917 or the movie Dunkirk.
Is Christopher Nolan British?
Yeah. He's like British American. He's both.
I've never heard the man speak.
He speaks like he grew up part in British, part in America.
So
he doesn't have much of an
X.
accent. Yes, I guess.
It's Professor X's original, or their logic for why he's British
Yeah.
in the new movies.
Because Patrick Stewart's cool and bald.
Yeah. And then James McAvoy was just a really good actor.
Yeah, he could do a good Patrick Stewart.
Oh, that's the thing. They were just, they were like, no, we're not gonna say he's lived in New York, but he grew up enough where he had the no accent,
Yeah.
or he had his accent.
Yeah, but my point is, Gundam very frequently just pulls out shit. Like, obviously, that's the point of later Gundam stuff, because it's Gundam's is inherently like a political thriller.
Yeah.
War thing, and like the original Gundam, it's like it moves its way through robot show to war political thriller. It just tries to find
gets you
that
in with the action and then makes you care about other shit.
Yeah. And so like there will be episodes where it's like they've dropped off a refugee, and a refugee is talking with two enemy soldiers that have been removed from the battle, and the enemy soldiers are watching the fucking Xeon people and the Federation people fight, and they're like, who do you think will win? And the refugee woman is like, it doesn't matter. The men will play their war, and there will be wives that go without husbands, and there will be children that go without fathers. It doesn't matter who wins. And it's like, cool, imagine an episode of Transformers had a scene where that happens.
And it's almost as if Japan lost a war.
Yeah, that's the fucking tone.
It sucks.
That is the tone of Gundam, a big robot show from before the year 1980.
Yeah.
Like, it's dope that exists, and I want to get into the Universal Century, because apparently Zeta Gundam is like, you know the Federation who were the good guys in regular Gundam?
They're the bad guys.
It's like
They're committing the war crimes.
They beat the Xeon, right? And now they are using anti-terrorist groups, or an anti-terrorist organization, to harass and brutalize Xeon people. And so the good guys are the people that are fighting against the government. And Char, who used to work for the bad guys, is now part of the good guys, but he's under a fake name, and that fake name is Quattro Bajeena. Quattro?
The Grimsby. 8 legs.
Quattro Bajeena.
That's 4, so it was 7 vaginas originally.
Yeah, Quattro Bajeena.
You know, actually, since that, you know what would be cool?
Yeah.
I always thought Mass Effect was a cool series.
Yeah.
1 and 2 were really good.
Yeah.
But
3 has good parts. The
it has good
gameplay
parts,
is improved.
but the fucking thing is you're always a man of the military.
Yeah.
And you meet pirates. You meet people who were bandits at one point. You meet Jack.
You want to be a space pirate?
I think it would be really cool to be a space pirate.
Isn't that what Wing Commander is?
No, okay, but I mean in Mass Effect. Like the way Mass Effect is.
It'll never be in that, but there are space
No,
pirate
I know,
games.
but like a game similar where you have like a crew on your ship. Your ship would look a little dustier and shittier. And like you could go around, make friends.
Privateer 2 is like that.
But
that's
like not being like a fuck. You know, I guess they could do it in like Jedi Fallen Order 2, kind of.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but that's only because the bad guys. But I don't know. I think it'd be cool to do like a villain thing, where you're with the government, like fucking Firefly.
Yeah.
You're with the government. You fight in a battle. Something happens to make that where you kind of like reevaluate your situation and go, oh no, government bad, and then you leave, and then it goes like 2 to 5 years later or some shit. And it's like, no, now you're
scavengers going.
You're like a fucking drunk who just like you lost all meaning in life, and you get picked up by like a scavenger pirates, and then you kind of be like, these guys are like actually you get picked up by good dudes.
Well, Ian, thanks for the lead-in, because I've got a great idea.
Okay, well, I think your timer's already gone off.
Yeah, it's gone off. But I'm gonna make this joke, and then we're gonna end the episode. But I was going to say thank you for the great segue into our new show. We're announcing a new podcast where me and Ian and all of our friends play the Firefly role-playing game, tabletop, where you make a ship, have a crew, and try to do jobs, and just keep on flying.
Sure, because everyone will definitely commit and have time to do that.
Yep. No, we need to get our D&D on. And I bought the fucking startup pack for Cyberpunk Red, and I think that'd be cool to do.
Yeah.
But not on camera, because I'm not smart enough at DMing yet to do it on TV. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to the Media Hole Podcast. This is a podcast that I listen to every week. And
You have to.
and I think you should too. Thank you. If you want to follow me / the show, go to twitter.com/@themediahole, TikTok @themediahole, twitch.tv / themediahole, and www.whenyourBallsGetStuckToYourLeg.tumblr.com. And if you want to find Ian on the internet, he is all over the place at Struggles V. Very recently, Ian has come across a large number of sealed bottles of pee, and he's looking to see if he can't sell those to whoever he can send. As far as
I've opened them; they're very tasty.
As far as I'm aware, the pee is not his, but he is selling it because you fell off a truck situation.
Yes.
All right. So find him at Struggles V somewhere.
It fell off of a truck that said important biohazardous material.